Let me know if that's better. It's gonna be annoying to deal with that on the back end, because now I have two separate live broadcasts. However, maybe starting a new broadcast will fix it. We'll see. I wonder if can I add this to the playlist even while it's live? I can. That's sick. It's the wrong thumbnail, though. I can go back and fix that later. Let me know if that still freezes, but maybe YouTube was just getting upset about whatever was wrong with that current broadcast, and a new one is going to make it better. We'll take an 1800 mile, left-handed. And then try and invite a 20 into another wit training here. Ace corners also really nice. No wit training today. No anything training today. All of those trainings are very bad. I wish I had a reset whistle. You haven't bought one yet, have you? Yeah, reset whistle list. I guess we just rest here then. It feels so wasteful though. We've had two dead turns this run so far. Early November Junior was dead, and then late February Classic was also completely dead. It's not great. We can at least target a training late April here though to try and claw some of our momentum back. We're also getting closer to 200 Sam, which is around where I think I can be competitive in the Oaks. Maybe not necessarily win it, but like think about finishing it. Also a really good chop reset. I think that's our 5th empowering megaphone already. It is. That's alright, well we're set on that. Never have to think about buying one of those ever again. Until, like, we're halfway through senior year. And then I have 2 Guts ankle weights already. I'll get 1 more. I'll do 1 more Guts ankle weight, and then I probably don't need to buy those for a while. And then this will be Inheritance, so this is our first chance at knowing if this is going to be a true ace run or a parent run. We're looking for Mile S Inheritance. Ace Savvy's kind of nice. The race hints we've gotten so far are really good. We have Pace Corners already, and we have Pace Savvy already, and it's a Gold Inspiration. Doesn't mean it's Mile S, but it means the odds are better. Umastan's good, Nimble Nav is good. No Mile S yet, but those are 2 useful hints. This actually looks like a really good shot. Good Luck Charm, Reset Whistle, Grilled Carrot Fight. Maybe it's not that good. Grab you, grab you, grab you. And then we'll come back and grab you and you. After the Oko show. Give me Artisan Cleat Hammer for that. No, that's exactly what gold is. Gold is that a 3-star spark triggered somewhere. That's all that it means. It doesn't necessarily mean that your inheritance is better or more sparks triggered or anything like that. It's just a 3-star spark somewhere has activated. Spring Runner. Okay. That's not one of my criteria for this being a good run, but it's nice to have. And we dodge Brace Fatigue. I would rather get Mood back here because I have enough energy to train right now. So put me to Great. That's an extra 10% stats out of this training. Whatever it winds up being. It winds up being a speed training. A good speed training at that. Give me all of this. I also think I'm going to be greedy and take a 10%. Like, I could Vita 20 this if I was a coward. Well, you do have 3 good luck charms. I'm just trying to figure out what's our energy management strategy in summer break. And 3 good luck charms is probably our energy management strategy. So let's make sure that we don't randomly fail the 10% training on second thought. Focus also pretty good. This is an interesting run so far. That's also focus hint number 3, so I think I go ahead and buy it. And the reason is... Also, shooting for victories maxed already. The reason is that I don't want Kito-san to give me more hints for it. I want hints for Corner Adept, to make Corner Adept cheaper for Curvature. So let's take that off of her drop table. It also means I can't randomly get it from braces, but I doubt that's going to happen. That's fairly low odds already. I think it's still possible to make 2 aces. Hopefully, because I still have to make 2 aces. I have 1 good special week, 1 bad Nishino, and 1 bad Tamamo. So you and I are in the same boat. Prepared to pass is nice. We're getting really, really good racings here. And I still want to grab this Vita 20 and grilled carrot. Didn't max power and wit, but packed with skills. I mean, if you have groundwork and you have good skills, and you have a bunch of other stuff going on, I think you're probably still okay to run it. You don't need like a, you know, 1200, 600, 1200, 600, 1200 stat line. Okay, that's the longest race of the career is over. The rest of this is all downhill. In the good sense, not in the bad sense. Energy recovery solution for summer break. You shouldn't have. You should be a little smarter about this. You should go like this, and you should just use the grilled carrot because summer break is coming up anyway. But I still want both of these, which means I'm probably going to need to do 4 in a row here. And I don't think I have a cupcake on me, but I do have a hand cream. So I think to mitigate our chances of race fatigue, we go energy drink max for the Yasuda. And then we see what happens after that. But I want that kale juice. Okay. Can save and load agendas in my agenda. Yeah, in the classic and senior, I mostly just remember where they are. Junior is more or less on rails, which is why I saved the schedule for that one. Like, everybody does more or less exactly the same thing. It's very rare that you skip a race in junior for training, at least for me. But once you get into classic and senior, it's just like, do the G1s that are in front of you, and then every other turn is basically looking at whether your training is worth more than 60 stats or so. I just don't bother scheduling it, because there's so many times that I would just ignore the schedule in the first place. Mile S already? No Mile S. We have 1 more shot at it, but everything else about this run right now looks really good. We have no Cleat Hammer. That's fine. We've gotten really good skill hints out of our versus races so far. The stat line looks good. A lot of our friendships are where they need to be. I think we're on a pretty good trajectory right now. If we can just dodge after repeated races here. God, the shops. Okay, we can't dodge after repeated races, but at least we don't have skin condition. A berry sweet cupcake would go a long way in this shop. I'll settle for a plain cupcake. We have so much to buy, though. Skip the stamina scroll, because your stamina might be fine close to the end of the run, but, like, I still want to get that Master Cleat Hammer and Wit scroll, too. The Empowering Megaphone I don't need. And then I also want Speed, Ankle Weight, Power Manual, Wit Manual, Miracle Cure. There's so much stuff in this shop, man. What am I doing this turn now? think carefully about this. We're going to run a race in summer. I don't know where, but I need to run probably next turn. I need to run a race. So I think we good luck charm this. And we just take this training as is. We don't cupcake it because I might get race fatigue next turn. I'm not going to Kale Juice because that puts us to bad mood. I think I just fail tag this at 0. Save on the megaphone because I'm probably going to race next turn to buy the stuff in the shop that I want. And then we, like, if we get race fatigue late July, I can fix it with the skin cream. Because we're going to be running it on 0. And then I can megaphone fail tag early August, late August. I think it's probably my best opportunity. Also, this would be a crazy training if our Guts cards were at Gold Friendship. Mile Straits is good. Versus Race is good. And it's a mile left-handed. That's really good for us. I should look at trainings, because it's possible a training could be better, but I don't see any rainbows. It's an okay speed training. But I'd rather take this race, given what I can buy, with the coins I'm going to get from it. Also, this is a chance for Etsuko to show up and fix mood even more. If we dodge race fatigue and see Etsuko... Okay, part 1. And then... don't hit race fatigue. Oh, baby. Yes, man. They really be saying that Uma is a difficult game. I kind of want that Kale Juice too, I'm just not sure how I'd get to it. And then we can think about like megaphoning some trainings. I don't hate this power training. It might push Shinko Windy to gold. What's your strategy for this? Kale Juice, plain Cupcake, and then save 2 good luck charms is probably the right move. Yeah, I don't mind that. A little something like this, and then we just get to bank the good luck charms. We might as well megaphone, because we're going to train this turn and next turn. Mile S is less important than medium or long S? Well, it depends on the CM. Because, like, if it's a mile CM, medium and long S don't do anything. This is also just a power training again for the sake of friendship. It puts Shinko Windy to gold. It gets Haru closer to gold. We still have friendship issues. Marvelous Sunday's so far behind. She does not want to be here. But I think I just take this for friendship. Whatever. We're about to see Etsuko. Mile versus. We are going to lose a Kale Juice in the shop here. We could have maybe thought about taking one more race in summer, but I didn't want to abandon friendship completely. I still want to have an eye towards Summer Break Senior. There's Etsuko to go to great. Speed ankle weight's alright, but I really need, like, shop resets to chill out for a little bit. There's a lot that I want to be buying in here. You and you. Can't even afford you. So that's it. But we're going to have to settle with that. Our shops have been too good. And then we do Sprinter Stakes for a G1. Garden carried to A finals without S medium. I mean, the Tamamo that we won the last CM with also didn't have medium S. She was medium A turf A, but she just happened to be good enough. It's one of those things where it's like, the thing about CM aces is that your CM ace is never perfect, right? There's always something that could be better. The trick with making CM aces is knowing when your ace is good enough to have a reasonable chance at winning, so that you can stop and work on other things. Because otherwise you just be slamming runs forever. Guts, Wit. Artisan Cleat Hammer Power Manual. Guts Manual, Power Manual. Come back for the Cupcake, come back for the Artisan Cleat Hammer. A little late for Pretty Bear. Oh, yeah. No, the shorter the track, the worse distance S is. And the better surface S is. But even for the mile CM, and you can do this yourself. I'm gonna try and reset Whistle into a wit training here. Actually, how good was that guts training? Was not good. I'm gonna try and reset Whistle into a better training here, because this is one of our few turns where we need to like make something happen. It's nothing at all. I'm gonna fail tag the guts training. You could also rest here, but that feels so wasteful. But we can handle 2 race fatigues, technically. We can handle 2 skin conditions, technically. So, I think I do Good Luck Charm once here, just to get Haru to gold, because I don't know when I'm going to train next, and then I'm thinking about a 5 race here. We'll see. That's Speedstar. Hold on. I will drink 1 Vita 20 here to try and avoid race fatigue. And if we win the energy gamble, it lets us avoid 2. Okay. What are the odds you get both Spring Runner and left-handed? Without sparks for either of them, very low. But you never know. Alright, we don't win gamble. This could be full of vigor. Holy cow. Lock in. This is potentially the run. Acceleration and power is better than hitting S distance, and it's easier for people to aim for. Yeah, but you don't have to, like, you don't have to choose between them. You can just get all of it, right? Like, when you're making a CM ace, you're taking parents, you're taking deck, and you're taking a little bit of luck, and you're throwing it all into a grinder, and you're seeing what comes out at the bottom of the grinder. It's not a series of checkboxes of, like, you know, you're going to a subway and saying, oh, I would like this amount of power and this amount of speed and these skills. There are things that you have in mind, but you don't get to specify them ahead of time. You're just kind of a passenger on the run, and then when the run is over, you have to look at it when you're done and be like, okay, is this good enough? Does this meet my needs? Does this do the things that I wanted it to do? We don't need anything else. So let's just grab that. And then I don't think we cure skin condition here because I'm probably going to do races for the next 3 turns and we'll just fix it at the end. So let's just carry that skin condition with us for a little bit. We're at least doing this on 10 energy, so we mitigate our chances of hitting race fatigue again. It's the early December one that's going to be a little scary. I also still need Kita-san to show up and give me curvature. But even if I don't hit curvature, I think this run is still good enough. There's mile corners. Okay. Even if we don't hit mile S, this is probably still the ace run. Because we've gotten full of vigor, we've gotten speed star, we have pace corners, we have mile corners, we have mile straights. I don't know if we have pace straights yet. We have pace straights? We don't have pace straights yet, but if pace straight shows up, we're on a wild trajectory for an ace. The mile is not a versus. That bums me out a little bit. Also, how is one of these in fall and one of these is in winter? Excuse me? Hold on. What? This changes everything that I thought I knew about dates, because I thought that, like, one of these calendar squares was associated with whether the race is summer, spring, fall, or winter. But we're in the same day. What the heck? And if anything, I'd like to have a hint for sunny days, I guess, so we'll go with the Challenge Cup. Hey, corners are more important than straights, but I think straightaways aren't bad. The issue with straights is that they can hit in late race. Like, all of late race is a straight. So if you hit straights while you're in that section of the race, they're wasted. But a decent chunk of mid-race, whatever. A decent chunk of mid-race is on a straight. So it's still useful. Do I think my stamina gets there right now? 20, if you're low on stamina, 20 stamina is so much more valuable than guts is, so this is a safer choice. Like, 20 guts is not going to make a huge difference. 20 stamina could potentially make a ton of difference. That's a sick training, by the way. How much mood fixing do I have? I only have one cupcake. And I'd have to give up a sprint for it. I don't think I take that. I think we just skin cream here to get rid of skin outbreak because we can't get it from the race today, and then I just run a versus race. Also, make sure you're not about to lose anything from the shop. How much do you want a 4th guts ankle weight that's discounted? You don't. Just sit on 3 for now. If I could do more to fix my mood, I think I might take that guts training. But the best I can do is hit normal. So we'll just go for another race. How many SSR crystals do I have, including shards? I think we're at like 11 shards right now or something like that. And then 0 crystals. Because I spend them almost immediately, even though I probably shouldn't. But like the last crystal we spent getting fine motion from 3 uncaps to 4 uncaps, which I think is fairly valuable. Okay, senior year. Let's see what we can do. Kitasan number 1, taking us to good, is actually pretty, or taking us to normal is pretty nice right now. Guts manual, speed manual, grab the power scroll. Vita 65, plain cupcake. I may get that grilled carrot. Because Marvelous Sunday is a long ways away right now. Like, she's still in blue territory. That is not really where I want her to be. And then what do you want to do about this turn? I kind of like the idea of Vita 65 single cupcake here, because it lets us race for probably the next 3 turns. And it also lets us take this training off of good mood, but I want to save 1 more cupcake for a kale juice into summer break. So I kind of like this as a play. And then do I like a motivating megaphone? Well, let's sketch some stuff out. I want to do this. I want to do this for sure. And then I'd like to do this. I'd like to do this. I need to do that. I would really like to do that. I'd really like to do that. So what am I doing on these 3 turns? Because I could go train, race, train. And then I could go race. Race. And that would mean that we could think about popping a megaphone here to bridge these 2 turns. Because we could dunk a second Vita 20 on top of that. Early March Mile G2. It's a medium. So we're going to try and prioritize the miles. This could also be the Uma stakes. Just kind of depends. This should probably be the Dai Shoten. I don't know where I'd find a 3rd Uma stakes unless I wanted to do a 7 race stretch at the end of the career. It's really hard for me to find that 3rd Uma stakes race. Unless you give up. Well, yeah, no, it's just awkward. I think for this turn, I'm fine to go 65 cupcake motivating megaphone and try to bridge into early February. So we at least get 2 trainings out of this, and I don't know where else I would use that megaphone, if not here. So let's take this speed training. Practice Perfect isn't horrible, but it doesn't really change any of my decision making. All of these are bad, so let's go ahead and run the It's a soft 2200. We should be fine. We should be alright. Sam's fine for mile and even some medium. We're trying to hit 600 very specifically. Because we want this to be an ace for Gemini, and Gemini has a 600 stamina stat threshold, which also just so happens to be like the amount of stamina that you need to finish the race. So 600 is a very, very specific threshold that we're actually trying to hit. This is mood +1, by the way. So now we don't have to find Etsuko. Never mind. Give me a little something like this. Give me the grilled carrots, because Sunday really needs some help right now. Single rainbow. God, these are all really bad. Do I have a whistle? No whistle. Ugh. You could try and take a Kitasan hint. This could be corner adept, and it saves you energy. You Vita 20 into this. It wastes your megaphone. But getting access to corner adept discount would be kinda sick. It's a good try. Decent attempt. This is Kitasan 2, which also fixes mood to great. We're still live for curvature. It's not a good enough speed training to pull me off of... Wow, neither of the miles are versus races. That's insulting. Well, does that change the way you want to build the schedule then? Because now you could go like here for a mile and you could train this turn. Just cancel this. And then I guess cancel this. And then maybe do like, oh, you can't do a race there, that's right. This puts us down one race. But this is like a fine speed training for stats. God, actually was a versus race today. Oh well. Son of a... That's not exactly the way we drew that one up. Where are my versus races, man? Give me the left-handed? Because this at least has a chance to be another left-handed hint. It's... My CM Ace Empire is crumbling around me. And I don't even know that I've made, like, horrible decisions either. Maybe I have, I don't know. Nice shop reset. We're at 5 empowering megaphones. I don't even need the rest of them. I don't think I need to buy energy recovery after this either. We have 3 good luck charms, 2 royal KLGs. I think we're done. Sticks the glow? No, we're not on that sticks the glow trajectory right now. Is this a first time deck? No, this is the one that we've been running for the Nishino Ace runs on YouTube. On the daily videos, I guess, because technically this is YouTube as well. It works really well. The problem is it's just got 2 50-50 gold skills in it. Show me Mile. Show me Mile S. No Mile S, but that's Umamusume to max. This run is maybe still good enough. We really need to tighten up our training, though. It's Umamusume 4, it's same thing. Even without Mile and Turf, I think this is still probably good enough. But we need to close out on these stats. Finally a Mile versus. Pace straightaways, please. That is the biggest thing I'm looking for right now, is pace straights. I'll take an Etsuko. That's fine too. Prepared to pass is not bad. Do you have any other discounted skills? A shooting for victory doesn't get any cheaper than that, but I'm gonna sit on that because it's a little gambly. We have... Prepared to Pass is at 4. We can pick that up. Arguably, we should have picked it up last turn because we just got an extra hint for it that only gave us 5%. Shrewd Step is at 3. We can do that. 3-hint Nimble. Yeah, but I can't get Nimble from the Versus races. The biggest thing I want to prune is skills that I can get from Versus races. Like, if I see a Nimble Nav hint out of that Teo event, where you're like, do you want 6 stamina, 6 guts, or a Nimble Nav hint? I'm still going to take that Nimble Nav hint. So I'm going to leave that one on the board a little longer. This is also a great Bamboo Memory training to fail tag into, because she has higher friendship bonus the lower our energy is. So this is a hyper efficient Bamboo Memory Guts training. Guts to 2 is nice. This is +5 and +10 energy so that I can survive the Victoria Mile. Yeah, at Guts level 1, but... you know. Might as well. I maybe even should have used a Guts weight on that. Because I have, like, 3 of them. 4 of them? I have a lot of them. Okay. Etsuko again. Sam Manual Vita 20 is fine. Mile Straights again. Mile Straights again. So we could buy Mile Straights, but it doesn't actually take it off of the drop table. So I don't know that I'm going to be doing all that. Also, I never looked at this shop reset, apparently. What is all this new stuff in here? I've never seen this before in my life. Do I want another Motivating Megaphone? No, absolutely not. Do I want 1 power ankle weight as like a just in case me? Yeah, we power ankle weight there probably. Vita 20 for Yasuda, the energy drink. It depends on what this training is. Because, well, this is actually another interesting Bamboo Memory Guts training. Let's do it again. And then Kale Juice no Cupcake is probably my plan for summer break right now. So I think we go like this. This is also still trying to build up Marvelous Sunday, who hates being here. And then we energy drink Yasuda, we get energy back for Takarazuka, and then I might just train on good in summer break. Or maybe we see a Cupcake in the shop. Good luck charms have turned into anti-dead turn charms or summer camps, nothing else. I mean, honestly, if you made me pick the 3 best items in Trackblazer, it's probably like Master Cleat Hammer #1, and then Fail Tag #2. I think the Fail Tag is the best energy item. By a significant margin. It's really, really good. Considering that it costs 40, and it lets you train for free. Like, consider that a fail tag is 40, and a Vita 40, I think, is like 55. And drinking the Vita 40 at 0 energy doesn't even mean that you can train safely. You still have like a 10% fail chance on that. It's so much better. And if you drink a Vita 40 into a training, you still lose like half that energy. On a fail tag, you don't lose anything. That's an interesting speed training. Do I like it more than a G1 right now? I really feel like I need this skill. I need the stats, I think. Or the skill points. We have so much we need to buy. We still need to buy Nimble Nav. We need to buy Mile Straights, Mile Corners, and ideally I want to double circle them. We need to buy Pace Corners, and ideally I want to double circle it. I want to buy Head On. I want to buy Full of Vigor. I want to buy Glittering Star. I really think I need the skill points from this, and then we're just going to have to hope that we have good summer break trainings. There's a lot that I want. Yeah, I also want a double circle Spring Runner. Like, there's a lot that we want to buy on this run, so I think I really need to build skill points right now. Holy crap. I mean, we don't need the Kale Juice. We already have 2. but I want everything else that was in that. Good luck charm, speed manual, speed scroll, gut scroll, forget the kale juice, give me a reset whistle, give me another reset whistle, give me a fight at 20. Don't give me a fight at 20. I might want one of those weights. Oh, so what's up, Elsa? How's it going? So this sucks. Don't kale juice that yet, because if you see like a bamboo guts training, you're gonna want to charm it instead. Just start with a reset. Again. Okay, now we've got something to work with. Single rainbow wit versus single rainbow speed. I think I speed that with a kale juice. How's it going? It's going. We have a Nishino that's probably good enough to be an ace right now, but we really need to close some trainings out at the end of the run. It's not a guarantee yet. I think I need to prioritize... Wow, God, but that could be corner adept again. This training does not get Marvelous Sunday to gold. I would be taking it because I'm scared that I won't cap speed at the end of the run, which means that this is our safer option, and this is the riskier option. But I do have Guts ankle. No, yeah, I have one Guts ankle weight. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to take that Guts training. Because if this is adept, I'm really happy. Also because it is a level 5 Guts training with a bunch of people there. Dodging danger, not what I was looking for. Now I can take this speed training, and I think this is a good time to start blowing good luck charms. Well, is that true? Because you have to run 2 races after this. Maybe you Vita 20 into this. And then you still keep your energy low in case you have a bamboo memory training next. But I'll still speed ankle weight empowering megaphone now. Okay. If anything, I'm a little concerned about my wit right now. But Marvelous Sunday never wanted to be friends with me, so what am I supposed to do about that? And then we just speed ankle weight again. It's the most boring speed training of all time. Ooh, that's not even a guaranteed success. Now we go fail tag. Hey Grimash, how's it going? 3 hints for curvature. Still upset about your special week you posted on Discord? I'll have to take a look at it after this. I haven't checked in on Discord yet today. I've been between a couple different tasks. We have a Miracle Cure already, so I don't need the hand cream. But I will grab a Vita 20 just to have around. And because we're nearing the end of the run and we still have 1 good luck charm and 1 kale juice, I think I'm comfortable drinking a Vita 20 into this string of 2 races. Just to try and mitigate potential race fatigue. That's going to tank my mood further. Can tell by the animation if it's 1 or 3 hints. But I like the surprise, man. I'm not one of those guys who's like shaking his Christmas presents before he opens them. We're going to find out whether it's 1 hint or 3 at the end of the day. We won the energy gamble. Let's go. So what are we still looking for here? We're still looking for, like, a good speed training. 944 isn't necessarily safe. We're definitely looking for cleat hammers, and if we had anything to complain about this run, we've seen almost no cleat hammers whatsoever. Which is rough. I also still need, like, 100 stamina. Guts might reach 900 on a good day. I'm more worried about my stam right now, honestly. Because we're only at 400. Hey, that's a help. Fleet hammer as well. There's a part of me that may buy that grilled carrot set just for Sunday. She's close now. Also, I really wish... I have a reset whistle. I would love to reset whistle this turn. Solo Rainbow Kita-san. We could good luck charm into it, drink a Vita 20 for our remaining races, kale juice cupcake into the finals. I don't think it's good enough to ankle weight, though. I think I just good luck charm this training and take speed. I'm really worried about stam and wit right now. We'll have enough stam to finish a race off the back of the guts, but we're not going to get the extra 5% speed at this rate. So give me Cleat Hammer, Vita 20. 2 speed, 1 power, 3 wit gets you to 12, 6, 12, 6, 9. Yeah, I do wish that I had room for 3 wit. I just don't have a good 3rd wit card, is the problem. Like, Haru does a significant amount of work in this deck just by virtue of showing up at trainings that she's not invited to and giving you, like, an extra 24% stats or something. I don't have a wit card that does that. I have, like, Tachyon, who gives me useless hints and has bad events, and just gets wit slightly higher. That's such a crazy time to win that gamble, too. Tactical tweak, not great. Wit scroll. I think I'm going to be over budget, which means I can probably pick up a grilled carrot and a guts ankle weight at this point. I think I may be looking at a 4-race stretch here. Let's go ahead and take QE2 Cup out. 5% race bonus won't kill you. Yeah, but who's the wit card that I would put in to drop the 5% race bonus? Also, I think this deck is 50 right now. Which means it actually would kill me, because dropping 5 would put me at 45. Medium straights? Not what I was looking for. Take energy. Minimizes our chances of race fatigue here. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh no, you're right. I'm at 55. I could drop 5%. So I could drop Power and go to a 5% wit card, but I still don't even think I have a good 5% wit card. Master Fleet, Power Manual, Good Luck Charm. Is Zyla or Rice as your card? Interesting. Can look at it after this. Master Cleat Hammer, Japan Cup, a 2400 in the rain. But if we can't do it now, we'll never be able to do it. Also, there's no real point in holding on to that. Take this. Okay. Base rates. 20 stam, kind of a big deal right now. Ten energy, 10 wit. The energy doesn't matter. We're about to run 4 races in a row. And that doesn't change our odds of getting skin condition from it, so just give me the 20 speed. I'd rather have 20 speed than 10 wit. Not good. Kind of interesting, actually. So, how bad does this get? We have a cupcake. Even if we hit after repeated races, I can Miracle Cure Cupcake and put us back to great. I have 2 good luck charms. I have 1 Vita 20. I have a Kale Juice if I can tolerate being at good. I think it's okay to race here, especially considering that... Oh, it's not the versus. Ugh. Give me the challenge cup. Do I have Dober's SR wit? I do, but she's covered in like late surgery hits, isn't she? I don't know if she's exactly who I'd be looking for. I can tell you who I want to use is Arden. But Arden sucks in Trackblazer. Just unspeakably bad. That's fine. I can survive that. I can definitely survive that. That's interesting bit training. Also, I think I can buy this application. If we see 3 cleat hammers in the final shop, we can buy all 3 of them. Is there anything else that I need? Because this might put Sunday to gold. Fast Learner hat? I don't think... Can Fast Learner show up in the final shop? I don't think it can. I've never seen a Fast Learner hat in the final shop. I think it uses a different drop table. I think the first and last shop that you see in Trackblazer use a different drop table than everything else. I really want to take this wit training. So I think I go wit training application and I take this wit training. Because it puts Sunday to gold and we might get a few good wit trainings out of the end of the run. And we can still buy everything we want after this. It also preserves energy kind of nicely. So we're a little sketchy on energy here. Give me the +5, and then I can go like 1 training into 2 fail tags on the final 3 turns. We need some big trainings to show up here. I'm talking double rainbow guts, double rainbow speed. I see a rainbow. I see 2 master cleat hammers, a reset whistle, and a guts manual. I think our coin management this run has been perfect. Single rainbow guts. I don't care that much, honestly. So give me plain cupcake, empowering megaphone. I want to push wit higher. We're going to wind up somewhere around 950 power. We're going to wind up somewhere around 900 guts. I don't really need them to go higher. It's the same amount of speed out of both of these trainings, and I only have 1 guts ankle weight right now. I would not spend it on this training. I think this is wit. It's hard wherever she trains. We can think about it. I think this deck is dialed in. We just need like a high roll. So with hammers, we're going to be at around 1100 speed. We need 1 big guts rainbow training or 1 big speed rainbow training, and then we're in. That'll do it. That's empowering megaphone, guts ankle weight, and you don't even need to good luck charm it. And you still have a reset whistle. Now we want to see 1 good speed training specifically on the last turn, and I think we're feeling really good. What miracle cure do I have to use? I shouldn't have any conditions right now. I have skin outbreak. Whatever. I don't think it can fire on the last turn. Go like this. Yeah, this is the track that has a stat threshold for guts as well as stamina. So it's around 5% for every 300, and then it caps at... I'm actually not sure, based on looking at the mechanics wiki. Wiki race mechanics. Hidden stat requirements. Wait, there's night mode on this. Hold on. No, there's not night mode on this. Get ready to get flashbanged. The thing that I'm not sure on for the hidden stat requirement wording is that the final modifier is the average of modifiers for all threshold stats, and the maximum bonus achievable is 0.2x. So I think that means that you're only getting 0.2x if both of your stats are over 900. And if both of your stats are between 600 and 900, you're only getting 0.15x. I don't think... They're not additive. They're averaged. Which means that if we're 600 stam, 600 guts, we're getting 0.15. And if we're 600 stam, 900 guts, we're getting like 0.175 or something like that. So the math on them is a little funky. Either way, I think we're gonna maybe hit... Well, we're probably not gonna hit stam. No, we're definitely not going to hit stam. Yeah, we're only going to be... So we're going to be averaging zero point 0.1 and 0.2. So we're going to be at 0.15 speed bonus on this run because we're sub 600 stam, but we're 900 guts. We'll just have to take that. We might as well make skin condition go away. It's not doing anything for us. And I don't think this is worth... Well... Maybe it is. Like, I could reset whistle this. But I think this speed training is borderline good enough. We're basically getting 60 stats out of it, so we're going to go to 1150. After the last races, we're going to get 1180. If we reroll and we don't see a rainbow speed, I think it's devastatingly bad for us, so I think I just need to take this in front of me and run with it. Yeah, we're like one good speed training away from being in great shape and like 2 stamina scrolls away from being in great shape, but this is still a really nice runner. Power's a bit worrying. It's a little worrying. It's less important the closer to the front you... I would be worried about this amount of power on an end closer. I think on a pace chaser it's fine. We're basically at 1,000, which is more or less where I want to be. So Shadow Break for sure. Firm Conditions for sure. Spring Runner for sure. Curvature. Nimble Nav. Mile straights, mile corners. Pace corners. Pace savvy. Head on. Full of vigor. Radiant Star. Would I rather have Radiant Star, or would I rather have double pace corners, double mile corners, double mile straights? But that's basically what we're choosing between. Actually, we're not, because I can still buy a lot of it without that. How close can I get? Yeah. Yeah. Holy dude. What am I missing? You're missing Beeline Burst, but it's not amazing. You have no hints for it. You're missing Spring Runner 2, but I honestly think I'd rather have mid-race velocity than top-end velocity. You're missing Shooting for Victory. You think Radiant is too gambling? It's possible. We don't need the recovery from it. The thing that I like about Radiant Star is that no matter when it triggers, you get something. Because it's velocity and acceleration. So you either get unlucky, and it triggers really late, and it just gives you a little velocity where it's not that good. But you can also get really lucky and have it trigger before a late race, where mechanically it's like Christmas Ogre's unique, just a little worse. But if I didn't do Radiant Star, I'd have another 403, which I would spend on probably Shooting for Victory, and then double circle Spring Runner, double circle Firm Conditions. And then maybe like outer post proficiency for even more speed. I don't think I like that as much as the potential upside that we can get out of Radiant Star triggering at the right time. When Radiant Star is good, it's really good. And when it's bad, it's just kind of bad, but it never does nothing. Is there anything else I'm missing here? Updrafters is just a little gambly, especially on a pace chaser. I don't think I need that. We obviously don't need recoveries. I think this is it. I think that's what we do. We are stacked with mid-race velocity here, which is great. I think that is definitely better than the previous Nishino that we made. I can't believe that's only halfway through S+. It's not horrible. It's not great. This is our current ace candidate for sure. We'll go look at the side. I lost a race? Oh, yeah. What? Wait, what race did I lose? It must have been some random G1. Or some random G3 in Junior. Yeah, it was just some random G3 in Junior. Alright, let me look at a quick side-by-side. Let me go take a peek. You don't think rank is that big of a deal? I also don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm just surprised she's so low. With the amount of skills that we bought and this stat line, I thought we were at like low SS territory. I can't believe we're only halfway through S+. So, differences between this Nishino. This Nishino is not better. You're losing the handshake icon immediately. You capped speed. That's nice. All of these other stats are pretty much exactly the same. 979, 848, 886. 989, 908, 826. But she didn't have Speed Star. She didn't have Double Circle, Mile, and Pace Chaser Corners, which is a big deal. I don't think she had Umamusume either. Did you have Umamusume? Let me go find you again. Maybe I was too hasty in ripping your shoe icon away from you. You did have Umamusume. You also had Tail held high, which is nice. You also had Speed Eater, which is nice. But missed the stat threshold on Guts and Stamina. And didn't have either of the corner velocity skills. The new Nishino is better. This Nishino had some things going on. But this Nishino is better. Yeah. Yeah, that's a better Nishino. For sure. Give me some of these, just so we don't have to do them later. I don't think I need to make another Nishino. I think she's probably good enough. We could do like a little bit of deck experimentation. Like, the big change would be switching Haru up for like Dober. Or some other wit card. What are our other wit card options here? Daiwa's option 1. That gets us prepared to pass shifting gears. Doesn't get us anything usable per event, so we're mostly looking at hints. We're looking at Dober purely from the perspective of 15% training effectiveness, 30% wit. And then no spec priority, which means she just kind of wanders around. But we don't get any usable hints from her outside of Sunny Days. Well, Unyielding Spirit isn't bad. So we'd get Unyielding Spirit from that. What I would really like to use is Arden. 60% mood effect, 5% TE, but no race bonus is fatal for Trackblazer. But then we get left-handed pace corners, pace savvy. Resident pace chasers is not a huge deal. And then we could also look at... I never uncap Rice. Probably gonna do that. We definitely can. I made it through every part of that event. There we go. And then what are you giving me? Pretty sure your unique is Shatterproof, which is like... I'm not really in the market for that. Yeah. So we don't need Shatterproof. We don't need Kyoto Racecourse. Firm Conditions is okay. Pace Corners, Pace Savvy is okay. Stats-wise... 5% race bonus. Extra training effectiveness. But no mood effect. I don't love it. I'm probably not going to do Rice. I think we're good on Nishino Flower. I don't think we need to do Nishino Flower again. We should probably pivot into trying to build a better Tamamo, because currently our Tamamo's not good. Which means we also shouldn't be using Taiki, because I need more Mile Sparks than what Taiki can give us. Yeah, I don't think that Rice Shower card is particularly good. How good is this Nishino? 6-star Mile. Left-handed. Mile corners. You know? Puts us to Mile B. And then I can go and find my Mile and Turf Brian. I mean, it's not mine, but yeah, I can use you. Still not enough Mile Sparks? Are you joking me? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. So I need 7 more. And this is only 6. Okay, that makes sense. I need to find a better Mile parent. You're only 2. You're only 2. You're 5. I think I can live with Mile B, honestly. I do feel like I probably need to be inheriting more power out of this. But the idea for Tamamo is stack mid-race velocity and get yourself into 3rd or 4th so that you can actually activate Nishino's unique. Let's give that a try. And then this deck needs to change completely. You. This is not Guts deck territory that we're in. We're running Bamboo Memory for Pumped, and that's basically it. But I think you need to go. You need to leave. And then you can probably become Dober. Even though you're not a late surger, because I just want a Wandering Wit card. And then you can become Marvelous Sunday. For race bonus. So that I have a ton of skills that I can buy. The triple Guts configuration of Tamamo did not work. And if you didn't see the video yesterday, this is why. This stat line is a shambles. Like 1177 speed is fine, whatever. 928 power is way too low for where an end closer needs to be. And 740 wit is also not great. And this is just more Guts than I need. I need to get that down to like 600. And that was with this deck. With Haru, Bamboo Memory, and then like Air Shakur should probably also not be here. So let's try this out instead. We'll go find that Bamboo Memory again. We'll go refresh and then find that Bamboo Memory again. Oh, there you are. It's possible that we're not even supposed to borrow Bamboo Memory here, and it's just supposed to be Narita Top Road. And then we drop Kitasan and do like 2 speed, 2 wit, 2 power. But I want to try this first and see how it goes. This is at least only running one 50-50 card. And then it's only 4 SSRs, so we still have a decent chance of finishing these chains. Let's see how this shakes out, and then we can adjust from there. The safest deck that we could possibly run on Tamamo is going to be Top Road and Shinko Windy, Marvelous Sunday, Nishino Flower, and then Dober and Mr. CB. But let's see if we can do something a little creative first. Build our friendship up, save energy on a wit. Sure. Another decent wit training. Don't mind building friendship and don't mind leveling the facility. Marvelous Sunday hint is very intriguing to me. I would take -1 friendship growth to try and hit like tail held high. Or ramp up. Or stats, whatever. That's not exactly what I was hoping to get out of that, but... CB hints, on the other hand, very interesting. And I think I'd rather take that with training anyway to save energy. Okay, we don't get skill hints apparently, we only get stats. No friends, 3 friends. Nobody else anywhere. I'm fine with that guts training. I would be fine with 10 speed. I don't want to lose energy in debut. 2 friends, 1 friend, 1 friend, no friend, 1 friend. We'll just save energy on wit and wait for a better training next turn. Wit to 2. I do not need disorient, so give me speed and power. Speed, power versus guts, wit. I'd still rather take speed, power. Let's make sure we're capping the important stats. 2 friends, no friends, 1 friend, 1 friend. These friendships are a little higher, but I want to keep saving energy. 1 friend, no friend, no friend, 2 friend, 2 friend. Let's level up speed a little bit. Speed, power versus stamina. I think our stamina is okay, given that we're inheriting a little bit of it, so let's keep focusing on speed and power. 2 friend, 1 friend, 3 friend guts. But Shinko Windy's low. But also, isn't this a ton of bonus stats for us? This is speed bonus, guts bonus. It's not that much. I should probably take this speed training, because it levels our speed facility up and Shinko Windy is low right now. We'll get to 600 guts. I just don't need to be much higher than that. And then also, I don't really need Fast and Furious, and I'd rather hit other SSR events, so I'm just going to end this chain, even though it costs me 10 energy. I don't want to see Marvelous Sunday anymore. No friend, 2 friend, 3 friend at 7% to fail. So we'd take this power training and then rest before debut, so we can train after debut. I think I'd gamble on a 7% power. Okay. Give me a little bit of energy back. Power 10 versus Stam 10. I continue to think Stamina is fine, so let's keep taking power. And then we really want to wit here. It's not great. Whatever. We could also wreck here, but if we hit Karaoke and then we hit Etsuko, that's not great. I also don't really care about building Marvelous Sunday's friendship. I think I just rest here so that we can take good trainings after debut. Yeah, I think that's fine. Cloudy Days is going to be good for CM15. Good to know. Because there's definitely some times that I want to run Marvelous Sunday as a power card, but like I don't need the late surge or gold. So getting something out of ending that chain will be nice. Okay, debut done, off we go. Let's see what you got. I do not need Murmur, so I'll just take stats out of that. Number 1, load race agenda. We can't run sprint, so we're on medium. Number 2, check your trainings. You don't mind that power training. And you have enough energy to probably do 2 trainings, but there's no motivating megaphone, so just take the Vita 20 and the Master Cleat Hammer. We don't need to worry about megaphoning anything. These are all pretty bad. This actually seems like a pretty good time to recreate, honestly. I don't like being in normal mood for this long, especially when Dober has 30% mood effect. I think CB also has a pretty decent chunk of mood. Now she has no mood effect, never mind. I still think I want to get my mood a little higher here for more effective training, though. This is a good time to take a turn off to do that. And then this puts us to great. Okay. Helps preserve our energy just a little bit. That's a fine wit training. It might even mean we could target a training late September, depending on if we get lucky with energy gambles on either of these two races. Let's try and aim for that. And all of those trainings are pretty stinky, except I want to work on CB's friendship a bit. But we haven't seen any of her events yet. So that is a problem that might kind of end up fixing itself. Might want to think about using Cheer Halo as a parent for Encloser. The problem that I have with Cheer Halo is that she's not really conducive to building Enclosers the way that I think about building Enclosers. My style of building Enclosers for CMs is really heavily influenced by W Agent's Backliners video, where the theory is that you want your Encloser to punch up as far as possible in mid-race to close the gap so that they are less reliant on hitting acceleration skills. And the theory behind Trace and Cheer is that you want your Encloser to be at the back for the entire duration of the race, and then just hit one massive amount of acceleration to catapult yourself forward. So if we were going to run Cheer Halo as a parent, I'd be looking at skills like Daring Strike, and I'd be looking at skills like Professor of Curvature, and I'd be looking at skills like Encloser Corners, and being like, if these skills activate, they actually make it less likely for me to be eligible for Cheer Halo's unique to actually activate. Because if you ever punch up above 6, you can no longer hit that unique. And I don't really like the idea of that, given how I tend to build Enclosers, where I'm just stacking mid-race velocity on top of mid-race velocity. Not saying that it's wrong, it's just not how I've traditionally... That's an interesting time for a pretty mirror. It's not how I've traditionally thought about building Enclosers. So I'd need to change a lot of different kind of deck strategies around in order to do it. I could give it a shot. You're not a verse. Holy crap. I really should have bought... I should have checked trainings before I went to the shop. That'd be a sick, pretty mirror turn. I'd even motivating Megaphone that. This is probably a training that's good enough to justify skipping the Saudi Arabia RC when it's not a versus race. Where this disqualifies us from the country epithet, because we only have 2 other country races that we can easily reach. But this is a ton of friendship progress on top of, like, close to 50 stats. And all we have to do to take it is 1 Vita 20. I think we have to take this training. It's too bad that it is only level 1 speed, but that's the way it goes. But that training would have pushed Dober to gold if I had a pretty mirror. So I'm just going to keep that in the back of my mind if I see Dober on it, because it's going to make me sad. We'll take 10 energy out of this just in case there's another good training late October. You never know. Dober not on wit. Okay, we got away with it. And now we do Artemis Stakes versus. I might think about doing 5 in a row to close this out to make up the lost space in our race schedule now. Because I'm down 1 race from where I want to be in terms of the amount of skill points we have to play around with at the end of the run. It's a great shop reset. I don't know how I'm going to afford all this stuff. Ugh. So you need to run 2 more races to get the pretty mirror. We need bad shop resets. It's a good wit training too. We are so insanely punished for not checking trainings before shop early October. Because otherwise I would have bought Pretty Mirror and we would have gotten so much extra value out of all these trainings. And I really want the CB hint as well. I do have a hand cream, so like I can fix skin issues here. And then if I commit to buying the Pretty Mirror, I can at least repair CB later. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run 5 in a row, especially because it's a versus mile today. If we prioritize getting the pretty mirror, I can fix friendship later. I think pace in front is going to be popular to CM. I agree completely. I think that a lot of pace being strong is going to be driven by Speedstar plus Nishino's unique. And I think virtually every end closer you see is going to be like Gold Chip or Taishin, and that's it. So that's why I've started putting Pumped onto my pace chasers, is because I think if there's too many fronts in the lobby, I'm actually going to get pushed into 5th or worse, even though I'm a pace chaser. And then Pumped turns into a valuable way to help me fight back in mid-race to start hitting good mid-race velocity skills that could also be carryover. Technically, you should check your trainings, but you're fairly pot committed to racing now. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Always check trainings first. Trainings first, always shop second. Race fatigue does not really matter here. That's fine. We have chances to see Etsuko. We have a guaranteed mood up classic here. We could even fix mood now, but taking energy plus 10 saves us using an energy drink. So I kind of like that a little more. And then we go Hanshin JF. We do have a Master Cleat Hammer. Do I have anything that I need to buy? We have nothing at 3 yet, so we can skip that. But we can go Pretty Mirror. Use it immediately because we can get bonus friendship out of events doing this. And then we go Cleat Hammer, and then we go Cleat Hammer on all mistakes. 10 different others for this CM? I don't know that I'm going to be going that deep. We made 5. I'll spend 1 clock on this. We made 5 for CM for Taurus, whatever Taurus was. But that took a... Tamamo, get it together. That took a long time. I can spend 1 more clock on this, and then I need to save the rest for Tiara stuff. I don't immediately know why you're losing these races, though. 300 speed, 300 power, you should be fine. There you go. Okay. Like, there was a time when I was thinking about prep for Gemini that I was like, I should try and make a Taiki too, in the event that there are a lot of front runners and pace chasers, and it looks like there will be. I just don't know that I'm gonna have the time to. Give me that motivating megaphone too, in case there's good trainings classic here that we might want to take. You're alright. You're also alright. But I'd rather take a G1. This is race fatigue proof, and also we might see Etsuko, which fixes food. Also, BRB 2 seconds. Allergies continue to ravage my body. But it's so nice having the window open for a nice breeze. That's also a really good shop reset. I think I can afford this all. It might mean we take the open late January in Classic, though. This is going to cost us energy, but not really, and it's a free mood up. That's a perfect time to see that event. We get so much out of that we need, and it doesn't cost us anything. So grab these, and then you're looking at Wit Training application, which you wouldn't mind this early, but also Wit Manual Plane Cupcake 2 Speed Ankle Weights. I don't think we're getting the Wit Training application. We might try and invite a 20 into that Wit Training, though. It isn't bad. Be willing to gamble it. I don't think it's worth blowing a megaphone on, but that's fine. We still get the energy out of it, and it wasn't that good of a wit training in the first place. One hint for curvature, but at least curvature's done. All of these trainings are really bad. So would you run an open here then? Because then you could get that wit training level up? You could, and then like Vita 20 into wit training late February again, maybe? I don't hate that. Despite not hitting UG ranks, you've gotten comfortable running Trackblazer, you're doing it in 40 minutes. 40 minutes is a quick Trackblazer run, but also like, I don't know, UG is like Team Trials territory. I have yet to see a UG runner that looks mechanically better for winning CM than like an SS runner. I think in terms of your effectiveness, like the things that you're doing that contribute to winning, you more or less cap out at SS and maybe SS plus, and everything past that is just rating inflation that isn't like significantly helping you actually win races. It's just letting you climb higher up the Team Trials leaderboard so you see other higher rated players, and it's giving you like skills that are bad but are worth points in Team Trials. We're not going to be able to afford that the wit training facility level up. There's too much other good stuff flowing into the shop right now. We're gonna have to say goodbye to it. 135 is too much to spend on that. I want that second speed ankle weight after we do the race early March, and I am tapping out. I'd also really like to succeed at this training. We can't lose 225% in a row. Can't happen. There you go. That's Bamboo Memory to gold. That's our one Guts card online, and her friendship bonus is good enough that if we hit Guts trainings at like 0 energy in summer break, she's still going to give us a ton of stats. It's also a decent wit training, but I really... Oh god, it's not a mile versus either. I really want to be taking races here because we've skipped a lot of races so far, but this puts Dober to gold. Also, if we'd remember to buy Charming Mirror, this would have been a Rainbow Dober training. I think you're supposed to take the medium versus. I think skill points are king, and also you're still looking for like end straights, end closers, early start, intense gaze. There's lots of hints that you want from this, and I'm going to spend a clock on it too. I cannot spend clocks on anything that's not a G1 past this point, though. We're already fairly low on them. Okay. We have so much stamina right now. 252, and we're going to get more after Inheritance. Grab Speed Ankle Weight. Grab Master Cleat Hammer for the Satsuki show. Or for the Oka show. Maybe for the Satsuki show. Nah, Guts is pretty low. Not taking any of those trainings. Mile versus me. I can't reroll that. It can't be done. We lose by a nose. I can't reroll. I need to save clocks for G1s. Gold inspiration, so a 3-star is triggered somewhere. Pace Savvy. This is maybe the worst gold inspiration I've ever seen. We got nothing valuable out of that, basically. So give me Gut Scroll, give me 2 manuals to actually help me win races, and then we come back for Master Cleat Hammer Speed Ankle Weight. That's about all we should need there. We're at 302 stamina. Would it be crazy to do the Satsuki show, because I think we're going to wind up at around 400 stamina by the time we get to the Kikuka show, and this is technically slightly more stats. We're also running races for which we are A aptitude rather than B aptitude. I think it's worth a shot. This could end up being wrong, but I want to take the opportunity to learn something about this run. So give me Satsuki Show. Give me marginally... Oh, you didn't cleat... Wait, did you cleat hammer this? I think you cleat hammered. You should have cleat hammered. Let's see how automatic cleat hammering is for you. That's a cleat hammer, okay. And that's fine. We can deal with that. Shinko Windy Hint, Bamboo Memory on 0 energy. Also building Marvelous Sunday's Friendship, but we do want Hesitant Frontrunners as a hint. And you only have one good luck charm. Our energy situation is not good. Come back for these two. I think given how bad our energy is right now, we should probably just rest this turn. Otherwise, we don't have the energy to get through summer break. So it's a little bit of a waste of a turn, but none of those trainings are that great. And this gives us a little bit of stuff to work with heading into summer. Master Cleat Hammer the NHK Mile Cup. I'm gonna reroll that because 9th is bad. But if we come in like 2nd, I'm probably not. Okay, thank God. Good. Good, good. Cupcake, not bad either. Kale Juice would go crazy in one of these shop resets. Or in one of these race resets. Because we've got great cupcake coverage for being able to actually use it. And then we go Derby, because we're trying the crown path to see if we can make do if we high roll stamina a little bit. Kazuna thinks we're plenty good enough. The only way this really backfires for us is if the Kikuku show is in the rain when we get to late October. Otherwise, I think we'll be fine stats-wise. Good. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for the whip. Thank you for the shop reset. I needed a cleat hammer. There's Spurt. So that's making it cheaper for us because we do start with it. And then we go Artisan Cleat Hammer, Good Luck Charm. We have a sliver of energy to run the Yasuri Kinan on, and then we do the Takarazuka on 0, and we just cross our fingers. That we don't crater our mood. Give me Artisan Cleat Hammer. 7 more weeks of Trackblazer left? That's it? I didn't realize it was going to be over that soon. I've really enjoyed it. I've been talking to a few people about Grand Live, and most of what they've described is that to this date in JP, Trackblazer is the scenario that requires the most thinking, which sucks, because I love the decisions that you have to make in Trackblazer. So I'm sure the other scenarios will be, like, fine, but there's things that I don't like about Trackblazer. It takes way too long. It burns through alarm clocks at a fever pitch for the amount of alarm clocks that you're actually able to earn. But besides that, I actually really like Trackblazer. I think it's got really interesting decision points that you have to make, and so if other scenarios don't have that, I'm going to have less fun with them, I think. But, we'll see. I also know the Grand Live is like winning concert themed, and I don't care about the idol motif in Uma at all. Like, not even a little bit. So an entire scenario that's about like, oh yeah, they race, but more importantly, they put concerts on, I'm like, oh, Jesus. We'll see, though. I intentionally don't read ahead so that I can form my own opinions and be surprised. And maybe it's good. Maybe it's good and everybody else is wrong. That's like wait, number 2's not that bad. We have so many race coins. Run going well? I guess? I think? I don't know. Maybe? My friendships are kind of like disastrous right now, but I don't know, sort of. I think we try and invite a 20 into a whip training this turn and just fix our mood. I don't love it. That sucks a lot. Admittedly. But I think I just try to do it again. Okay, well, at least we have that. And then we can double fail tag the rest of these. Dude, our friendship is so bad. Empowering megaphone speed ankle weight. We might as well use them or lose them. Yeah, the friendship is not good, and a lot of it is self-inflicted because we had one turn at the start of the run where I took a rainbow speed training that had like 4 people at it without checking what was in the shop. And there was a pretty mirror in the shop that we could have bought that would have made a significant contribution to our friendships, but even that isn't going to save, like, CB not even being to green yet. That's dead on arrival. But overall, the stat line isn't horrible. Like, it's not good, but it's not bad. We're pushing 600 speed, we're pushing 500 power. It's salvageable. I really wish that I had a second fail tag, because I'd probably take that guts training. But drinking... Well, we have like one vit. You mechanically can't take that training. You're just going to have to let it pass you by. Take a versus race instead. Drink an energy drink max. Mitigate your race fatigue. Take a mile versus. Okay. We're also down to 1 clock, which is the extra contextual information you don't have right now, Kirio. We're a little on the ropes. We're fighting. We're not down for the count, but we're fighting. Speed scroll. I can skip all the rest of that stuff. And then I can go max fans. You should try and, well, this is firm sunny, this is firm cloudy, but I'm pretty sure you have max hints for sunny days already. You do. So we can't get sunny days anymore. Then it doesn't really matter, and you can just take the one with more fans. And then we are at slight risk of race fatigue after this, but we still have skin creep. So the arc and the 9th scenario look fun gameplay-wise. Okay. I mean, I'm excited to do something new. I enjoy Trackblazer, but I also like doing new things. I think the blind playthroughs are very fun for me. I don't know if they're fun to watch, but I think they're fun for me to do. So I'm looking forward to like having the opportunity to learn a new scenario. Invite a 20 into a wit is basically the only play I have this turn outside of resting, and I think I'd rather try and do this. Whatever. That's 2 25% wit trainings we failed this run. Let's make early start a little cheaper. I don't think this deck is bad. I think the run is just bad right now. Kikukusho's firm. That's good news. We should not die to stamina here. And then Triple Crown is an extra chunk of like 20 stats. Which is nice. We even win the energy gamble. Inside scoop is bad. For a number of reasons. Sympathy is bad. For CM specifically. CB's finally showing up, so this is going to be a little bit of friendship to actually help her along towards rainbow trainings at least. Setting Daring Strike aside, it'll just be better for her becoming my friend. Still no Cleat Hammers. Okay. Really nice time to win an energy gamble again. Give me the Wit Manual. Give me the Mile Championship. You should still have no Cleat Hammers. Worth checking. I'll spend my last clock on that. So much worse. At least you have no energy to lose. Oh man. I don't think you even have... You do have a Vita 20 to try and take this training. And I don't really... Like, mood is rough right now. And I don't really feel like gambling on hitting after repeated races. So I am just going to skip this to take a wit training. CB hints are fairly valuable for us, except for that one. That's wit to 3. It's a nice speed training, it's a nice wit training, but the Arima is actually extra stats for us if we win it in Classic. So let's do that. Good. Should probably take a look and make sure that we don't... That's a third energy gamble we've won in a row. We should make sure that we don't need to buy any skills that are potentially diluting our versus race pool. Show them to me. It's a nice chunk of energy back, too. Sunny Days we don't need to buy. It's out of the pool already because it's maxed. I don't see anything else here at 3 or up. Hints have not been great this run. Double Empowering Megaphone, Guts Scroll. Guts Ankle Weight. Wit Manual, Guts Manual. So used to doing quick URA runs, almost forgot to set your schedule up. I've just internalized it at this point. I just know where they are. Mile versus, yeah. And then American JCC isn't super important because we are not live for the country name epithet because we skipped the Saudi Arabia Royal Cup to take a training. So we could train next turn. If it's a good training, because there's not a mile. This is so much stamina. Give me the speed ankle weight. That's a neat wit training for building friendship. And the American JCC isn't even a versus race. So get out of here, Stinky. Give me this wit training instead. That puts CB to gold. Energy 15. Just mood plus 1 skill points 15? Sure. Wait a minute. We're supposed to be building Tamamo for a Mile CM. Mile B is actually a major issue. I briefly forgot what the point of this run was. And that is actually a major problem. So we need to inherit Mile twice late March, or there's no way that this is an ace run. Mile A is not negotiable. We've been very lazy with our setups today. That's two really careless mistakes that I should not be making. I'm shocked we got a usable Nishino out of the stream today, if this is the quality of play that I'm engaging in. Energy versus Intense Gaze. I would like to unlock Intense Gaze. So let's grab that. Let's at least make sure that's available. It's like Speed Eater, but in reverse. Grab the Good Luck Charm. Take a Versus Mile. Yeah, you can't take the Kokura Daishoten. It's not a Versus. So take the Versus instead. That's not great, but it's not horrible. She's won like 5 energy gambles in a row, too. Hey, let's at least use this run to sight in where the deck winds up stats-wise. Even if we know that this is not going to be an ace, unless we hit Mile S twice in Inheritance. And then you have to rest here, because you don't even have a Vita 20 to take into that Wit training. Plus 30 is fine, I just need a little bit to tide me over. We go Osaka High. Okay. It's 5 energy gambles in a row that we've won. If we hit Mile S here once, we're in good shape. If we hit it twice, we're in great shape. It's not like immediately disqualifying. Okay, now this is not going to be an ace run. But let's at least sight in the deck. Figure out where our stats are going to wind up. Probably don't need a motivating megaphone at this point. I have 3 empowering megaphones, and I have a motivating on me already. Interesting. It's all interesting. But I don't think I can Vita 20 into any of it. It only puts me at 45. You could fail tag into it. And you are kind of interested in updrafters. You are kind of interested in homestretch haste and mile straights. I'll fail tag it, and then I'll do a mile versus late April. And then I'll do the Victoria Mile early May. Off of an energy drink, probably. And then we rest late May, because I have no energy management for summer break right now. Neither of those trainings are worth it. You actually might have the stat line to run the Spring Tenno. 500 stam, 400 guts. So that gets us homestretch haste. And marginally more stats. But it loses us the opportunity to get a mile versus hint. I think I would still try it, honestly. It's also... yeah, it's more skill points as well. Give it a shot. Okay. So Kikukusho is sometimes doable. Spring Tenno is not going to be doable on a normal stamina stat line for Gemini. We'd have to... we're in like buy a recovery territory or massively overshoot your stamina territory. I don't really want to be doing either of that. Also, I thought I had an energy drink, but I guess not. We'll just go run the Victoria Mile. This is a extremely lazy career. We need to lock in for the next Tamamo run, because this one is not good. Very lazy all around. There's early start, at least. I can deal with that. I still have a rich hand cream, so I don't think I need a second one. And then I think this probably has to be a rest. I need to save that Vita 20 for summer break because I have nothing else right now. I don't have anything else that gives energy. Not good enough. No cleat hammers. Okay. And then we go Takarazuka. I'd be so happy to see a KLGs off of any of these the race gambles. Also, is early start to 3 yet? It is. So we can buy that. I don't want that to be in my hint pool anymore. Anything else I can prune? No. But at least we've got early start out of the way. No Etsuko, but we have a cupcake, so that's fine. Vita 20 is technically energy management. It's about the worst energy management you can get, but it works. Also, we need that grilled carrot, because I think I only have 4 support cards at gold right now. So let's grab it anyway. Like, Sunday's nowhere close. This at least puts Shinko Windy to gold. But all of those trainings are pretty apocalyptic. I'm probably going to reset Whistle this turn. Let's Shinko to gold. And then reset me because I'd like to see a better training. Akita-san Rainbow Speed is about as good as I can hope for right now. Let's go a little something like this. You're passing up on not a whole lot else. That's really good. Like, significantly better than the previous one. You're going to need to drink 2 Vita 20s to get there, but that's fine. I really would like to Wit next turn, and then I can do anything else I want. While preserving Vita 20. I still need to take that. Now I really need to see a Wit late August. Otherwise, I might just race late August. Because I'm not going to be able to take a training. Wit? No. Unspeakably bad Wit training. And no Whistle. I think this is just a versus race territory. I think it's better than resting. At this point in the career. I don't want to rest ever again, basically. It's also technically a Sapporo win. So I think we get Epithet out of this. Fail Tag is good. Hawkeye is bad. Mood Down, I can 100% live with right now. I actually don't think you need that. Well, no. I think you're going to cap your speed. I don't think you need another speed ankle weight. We're at 934 already. I think we're going to get a lot more still. And we still have 2 weights on us. The deck doesn't seem horrible stats-wise. Wit continues to be the problem. Maybe we should drop Marvelous Sunday for a Wit card. And then shift our parents around to inherit more power. Maybe. There's end corners. Grab these 2. You're at 500. You can buy the speed ankle weight. It'll be okay. You're not gonna go broke. Decent guts training. But I'd rather take a race. We gotta save those fail tags for the end of the career at this point, because they don't have any other energy management. Okay. Steadfast, not good. Stam Manual, skippable at this point. Race Fatigue, fixable. Daring Strike. That will not be getting cheaper unless we see a Scholar's Hat. Can you imagine, though? That's ankle weight. We have 3 already. Probably don't need that. Shops haven't been amazing. And then what are you doing this turn? Probably clicking Wit, even though Wit is pretty bad. You could actually... You could just run 8 races to end this career. Because we have a Berry Sweet Cupcake and we have a Rich Hand Cream to fix skin condition. But we really want to see shop resets at this point, because our shops are really bad. So it might seem counterintuitive given that we're at 416 shop coins, but I want to see more stuff in shops. And we're already at 4 races, so the fact that we're at 0 energy doesn't matter. We see like 1 more Cupcake or Berry Sweet Cupcake, and we can take mood back to good for the finals, regardless of anything else that happens. I think we just race to close this career out. And if we lose stats from after repeated races, we just tank it. All you had to do was show me 1 good training, or like, there's the cupcake we wanted. And we got mile straights out of it. We can get those stats back, it's fine. You're not going to need the energy drink max. The energy does not offset the chance of getting after repeated races at this point. It only works for 0 energy between 0 and 3 races, not for 4 and above. So let's just keep racing. That also may have been your 3rd hint for Intense Gaze. You should probably go and double check. Take that out of your pool. Maybe get more hints for like Straightaway Spurt. Or End Straights, or End Corners. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for the speed scroll. Rosy Outlook is not necessary. Race Fatigue's fine. As long as it's not after repeated races, we're good. Speed 20 and Charming versus 10 Power, 10 Guts and Charming. I think we cap speed from this point, or we come very close to it. So let's take Power Guts to try and get to that 600 Guts threshold, which we're maybe still in range of. Check Intense Gaze. Also get Daring Strike. Intense Gaze is only at 2. You can wait. None of this other stuff is good enough at this point. So let's just grab that. We'll go ahead and Master Cleat Hammer this. Okay. Hello again, Etsuko. Really keeping our mood afloat here. Decent shop reset. I think that's our 3rd fail tag for the finals. It is. So that's our finals done. We don't need to buy any other energy management. This is Empowering Megaphone number 3, so we don't need to buy any Empowering Megaphones. The strategy is starting to come together of just race until you see the items you want to buy. No Cleat Hammers, though. Okay. We also still haven't seen Full of Vigor. We've also seen way too much stamina. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Still not worried about that. This cupcake allows us to go back to great mood no matter what else happens. So as long as we get race fatigue and not after repeated races, I do not mind at all. The mile is not a versus. You can take either of these. They're both sunny and firm, and the difference between fall and winter does not matter. Okay. End corners again. Brace fatigue again. That's perfect. That's ideal, because now we can fix all of our problems. We only hit after repeated races one time. That's so good. Either of those trainings are great. Let's go close out with the Arima. That works out so well for us. It's a shame that this run is not usable because I forgot to inherit to Mile. But considering how bad the friendship growth was for the deck, I actually don't think it's a million miles off stats-wise. That's also a Master Cleat Hammer for the finals, so now we only need to see 2 in the shop. That is 2 total. You already have 3 Guts Anklets. You don't need the 4th. So obviously we're over budget on shop coins, but we were attempting to manifest items out of our final shops, which is why we were racing so much. Also, there's no rainbow trainings here. Do better. There's still no rainbow trainings here. Son of a... Also, Marvelous Sunday never even got to max friendship. So what do you want to do here? I guess speed is probably best because you have ankle weights. This is not an auspicious start to the finals, though. We're at least getting 27 speed out of this. Give me an Artisan Cleat Hammer. And then just show me better trainings next turn. More than anything else. I would love to close out on like 2 gigantic Bamboo Memory Guts trainings. That would be ideal. Bamboo Memory, Dober, Ida-san visiting as well. Okay, just Bamboo Memory alone with no other friends. That's still probably fine. We're getting a ton of bonus friendship out of this, at least. Yes, it's sad that it's a level 1 training, but we make do. This puts Guts to 600. Or at least it will by the end of the run. Master Cleat Hammer Glow Stick. It's going to put your speed to like 1110 or so. And then last race is going to put it at like 1140, so you still need 60 speed to come from somewhere. But I don't think this deck is as bad as I expected it to be. If anything, your power is a little low. But we can inherit more power and less stamina to fix that, since we need to switch up our parents anyway. Wit is also a little low, but... maybe Marvelous Sunday isn't supposed to be in this deck. Maybe she is just supposed to be like another Wit card. Or she's supposed to be Nishino Flower as like a more effective card. I might go crazy mode next run, actually. Because I think I have time for... so let's put this one to bed, because this one was a non-starter from the time that we selected the parents. Radiant Star is fine for a spark. Tail 9's fine for a spark. Fence Gaze is good. End Corners single to try and maximize the white sparks we get. Shifting Gears is fine. Mile Straights is fine. Spurt, obviously. Curvature. Fall, Sunny Days are fairly common as green skills for CMs. You can also give late spark. So on the off chance that you do, give me Fast and Furious and Slick Surge. And then maybe also give me like, I don't know, cloudy days. Sure. Because the next CM is cloudy. Maybe it matters. S rank? Yeah, that's fairly insulting. Alright, not a usable parent. Let's go do a better job, where we actually lock in and pay attention to what we're doing. Let's also get one team trials run out of the way, because we should have had one charge regenerate at this point. And we'll go ahead and parfait this one, because it's probably the last one we do today, and it's probably the last one we do for the week. That's probably not going to do it. We might be crossing our fingers on team trial retention this week. 791.4 versus 792.8. It's going to be really close. But maybe it's good enough. Either way, let's do one more run here, which is probably all I'm going to have time for today. We need to find probably a better parent than this Brian. What was your deal, McLean? Pace, mile. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a parent with 4 mile sparks or more. You were the stamina Rudolph parent that I did not like, and also you only have 5 mile sparks. There is a better mile Brian in here somewhere. You're turf and turf. I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. Why would I use this? Oh, you know what? This is the Enclosure Team Trials parent. I remember you now. That's where we use you for. Who did we use for Tamamo previously? Where are you? Just clicking and just skipped clocking your mile championship? That's disastrous. We used our Nishino and Orion. Isn't it better to just do 3 speed, 3 wit, and inherit power sparks? It would be, but I don't have a good power parent on my end, which limits it. And I also don't have enough good wit cards to really pull that off. We could try it. So where is this Ryan that I was using? Is it you? Yeah, it's you. Okay. You get in here. So we at least get like half power from that. So if we want to do 3 speed and 3 wit, we would be looking at Top Road. And then we would also be looking at probably like Fine Mode. Because I think she's better than any of these other SR wit cards. I guess it could be Sunday. So this is 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, which means Dober has to go and becomes Fine Motion. So now this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is fine. The things that I don't like are that Fine Motion is going to clutter up our event chain because we don't need Speedstar. And also we're not getting enough power from our parent to really make sure we're reliably capping power. And also I want to try and hit 600 stamina and 600 guts so that we're getting the speed threshold for the track. So there's a few different directions that I could go. Depending on how much we like Firm Course Menace, which I think is good but not necessarily essential, we could go 2 speed, 1 guts, 3 wit, which would look something like this. Because Bamboo Memory gets us access to Pumped, or Full of Vigor on a good day, which is an important skill for us to be able to fight back from being 5th or worse on the final corner. This is more of our mid-race velocity that is trying to push us towards being 3rd or 4th, so we can actually make use of Nishino's unique. Like, the way that I'm thinking about CMs in general is, what position in the race can I win from? Can I win from 9th? Yes, I win from 9th if I hit Daring Strike, Straightaway Spurt, Full of Vigor, Curve. Well, I win from 9th if I hit Straightaway Spurt. Little dicey. I win from 8th if I hit Spurt. I win from 7th if I hit Spurt. I win from 6th if I hit Spurt plus Pump Some Iron, which is better. I win from 5th if I hit Spurt, and then I win from 4th and 3rd if I hit Spurt plus Nishino Flowers unique. And then I win from 2nd or 1st if I just hit Spurt. So the positions that I really want to be in are 6th, 4th, and 3rd. And then the question becomes, how do I engineer my race so that I am in 6th, 4th, or 3rd at the late race transition? And I do that by stacking mid-race velocity, which means Daring Strike off of Mr. CB. It means Full of Vigor off of Bamboo Memory. It means Professor of Curvature off of Kitasan. It means double end corners. It means double mile corners, etc. The other approach that I could take is I could say, okay, I don't want to win from 4th or 3rd. I want to win from 6, 7, 8, or 9. And if I wanted to win from 6, 7, 8, or 9, I would take Cheerleader King Halo as a parent. But the problem with that is that I don't have a good Ryan parent, which means it makes it harder to win from 6th. And it also means that CB's Daring Strike and Bamboo Memory's Full of Vigor are now actively working against my ability to activate that unique, because they can push me too far up in mid-race, and if you ever spend even just a second in 5th place or better, you can no longer hit Cheer Halo's unique. It turns the whole thing off. It's not like the proportion of time that you spent in 6, 7, 8, or 9. It is if you ever push up past that, it's gone. So what I think is going to be a more consistent strategy for winning, not necessarily a better strategy, but a strategy that should lead to a chance at victory more often, is to stack that mid-race velocity. And so if I'm going to stack mid-race velocity, I'm now looking at fine motion and I'm thinking, is there something better that I can do in this slot? I get 10 race bonus from it, but if I could do 15 race bonus, that would be better, especially if I could do it on a card that is not an SSR, so it's not cluttering my event chain up. So we'd be looking at SR wit cards like Daiwa, who basically doesn't have anything for us. Shifting Gears is really the only usable skill here. We could also be looking at Dober, who's just a good roaming wit card. Gives us access to Sunny Days, which is really not that important, but like technically it contributes. Or Tachyon, who doesn't do anything. Like none of these skills work on the CM track. The other thing that we could look at, if we wanted to try and account for the fact that our power is a little low, is looking at running a single power card. And that would either be Sunday if you wanted to lean heavily into starting stats, or it would be Nishino Flower if you wanted to try and train it a bit more. The other thing it could be is Ryan. Ryan is an okay roaming power card. You have 50 mood effect, 5% training effectiveness, 10% race bonus. And the big draw is that you get Nimble Navigator out of her chain. So you don't have to wait for Nimble Navigator to show up off of an inheritance or out of a random event in Trackblazer. You get it. Unless you get very unlucky with Ryan's event chain. Nishino Flower gives you standard distance, firm conditions, pace, corners, updrafters, which are all moderately useful skills. But she doesn't get you access to Nimble Nav in the same way. So there's a part of me that thinks I can actually take Ryan here to try and declutter my SSR event chains from finishing so that I don't have to worry about killing Marvelous Sunday's chain halfway through. I also get a decent amount of initial friendship gauge here, so I don't have to worry as much about getting all of my cards to gold. I think this might be the configuration that I try, because Nimble Navigator is just one of those skills where the further back you are, it lets you fight to get into a better position or to recover a bad situation. So let's give this a try and see how that does. I think this 2-1-1-2 deck worked mostly fine. I don't need more than like 700 wit or so. I think more is better. More wit is always good. But as long as I'm getting to around 700, I'm okay with the amount of wit that I have. I don't need to get to the full 1200. There's other ways that I can build mid-race velocity and stuff like that. It's a nice guts training, but this is also a nice wit training. But I really need to prioritize these low friendships because they're costing me big time when we get to our first summer break. So let's see if we can pull some of those friendships higher a bit this run. a really good stamina training, even though I don't really need stamina. Yeah, I'll take that. If we get Hesitant Frontrunner, it's really good. It's fine. Two friends, no friends. Two friends again. I don't like any of these. I don't want to train stamina. I don't want to spend the energy on guts. I might just recreate here to get mood up a little bit. That's perfect. An extra 20 energy is big. And then one friend, 3 friends on guts, including 2 that are low. Versus 1 friend on wit who's already fairly high. I think I have to take guts there for the sake of the friendship growth. 3 friends on stam versus 3 friends on power. Orion hint does not have value at all. So I think I'd rather take power because I don't want to level stamina as a facility. Front straights I don't need. Still don't want to level stamina as a facility. I think if I take wit here, I can probably train next turn mostly safely. So let's do that just to tide ourselves over, and maybe we hit like slow metabolism or something. 2 friends power, 2 friends speed, 1 friend wit, but it's a low friendship and it saves energy. I'm fine with wit again there. I also don't feel like I need the stamina. We can just take speed power. Again, I think I'm fine just continuing to click wit here until I see a training that's worth spending energy on. Wit to 2. Speed and power. No friends. It's 4 friends on stamina. Alright, fine. If you want me to press stamina, I'll press stamina. That's my price. That's how many people you have to show me. Power versus wit. Let's take power. That's not a bad wit either. Even though we're like terminally low on energy, I think I can still take it. We'll just rest after the debut turn, or we'll buy like a Vita 40 in the shop. We don't have to train the turn after the debut, it's just nice. Nice time to win the energy gamble too. Now we could even look at something like wit. And then remember, very important, load your schedule. We're doing Trackblazer medium. Look at your trainings before you look at your shop. We like a CB hint. That's interesting. We could Vita 20 into it. It's probably better than this guts training. It's -1 friendship growth, but it's a relevant hint that we want to try and chase, and there's nothing on wit. We don't have a Vita 20 in the shop, which means we're not going to be able to do that. So we're just going to take a rest this turn because there's nothing on wit. Good. Hanshin versus speed and power. We don't need Hanshin, so give me the stats. 1 friend wit, 1 friend guts, 1 power, 2 stam, nobody speed. It's 2 low friends on stam. I don't like how much stamina we're training right now, but I should work on these low friendships right now. The only other thing to consider is if I use the grilled carrot set now, does it push anybody to gold? And it does not. So take low friendships and work on those. Hello, Yano. I don't anticipate anybody is going to use late searchers in this CM, so I can mostly ignore that. And then this is a guts training, because both of you were low. Not good trainings to start this career. Really not good trainings. Energy 30 is nice, though. Holy crap. So I'll take that for sure. So now we can train late September with basically no problems at all. technically you should look at your trainings, but those are all quite bad. So let's just go run the junior stakes. Speed is pretty low. All of our stats are pretty low here, which is probably kind of concerning, but let's see how well we do. Losing Sunday's starting stats is pretty rough. Good shop reset, though. Ballistic stats, we don't need Murmur. Ballistic power, we do not need stamina. We go Master Cleat Hammer, Speed, Ankle Weight, Stamina Manual. And then the Sapporo Junior Stakes is also a versus race, so at least we've got that going for us. Again, a good stamina training, but I don't want to train stamina. I don't need it for what we plan on doing with this Tamamo after the career's done. Okay. And then we can train this turn. Level-headed is not necessary. We'll pick up an Empowering Megaphone. It's an okay wit training. A Grilled Carrot set doesn't change any of these, but I do like building both of my wit support cards up a bit. This is mood back to great. And then Saudi Arabia Royal Cup is a versus race. Check your trainings first. Decent guts. Decent speed. Not better than a versus mile, but it is a decent speed. And then you want maybe one motivating megaphone for classic, and you want one Vita 40. And that's about all you need from that. Okay. Decent time to win an energy gamble because we might train late October. We'll see what the training looks like. No, we're just gonna race, especially because it's a versus race. Need one power ankle weight, one good luck charm. We'll come back for the empowering megaphone and the Vita 40. And the motivating megaphone. Well, let's go get a race out of the way. Do you want to reroll that? Because there's a lot in the shop that you want to buy right now. This is the difference between 100 race coins and 70. And you have 80, like 150 shop coins worth of stuff to buy still. But if you reroll it, it could be so much worse than second. Just take it. I think it's just okay to accept that. It's only a G3 race in junior. It doesn't matter that much. Take energy back just in case we train this turn. Go empowering megaphone and then come back for motivating megaphone Vita 40. Look at the race. The mile is the versus. Your wit training is pretty good. You don't have any way to mitigate skin condition right now. So you should probably take the wit training to be safe, and then just hope that late November is also a versus. Take another 10 energy, because I don't need the mood right now. If we get lucky on gambles, we might have a sliver of energy left over by classic. Not good, not good, not good, not good. It's a fine day to take off. The mile is not your versus, but you can at least run a medium versus and get an end closer hint out of it. End straights, end corners, early start, spurt, third. I'm gonna reroll it. I need the coins now. I will spend 1 clock on this. Okay. Thank you. So now we can buy the rest of the stuff out of the shop that we wanted. Sunny Days is actually not a horrible hint. Let's go Vita 40, Motivating Megaphone. And then we have 2 races to try and engineer a shop reset with good items in it. Technically, there is a threshold where a training could be better than a G1, but it's not any of these. In fact, I don't think it could be without all of my support cards online. So let's go ahead and Cleat Hammer this. That's going to be a reroll. We'll just assume that you got blocked. That's still not good. Are you... what's happening to you? Is this blocked, or are you just slow? It's late start, which shouldn't really matter for an end closer. But you're not really fighting up the way that I would like you. Wow, you're really not fighting up. So not blocked, just like the late start into never recovering your position. I would reroll that one more time. I think you can do better than that. I don't like how many clocks this is costing when we still have the Tiara G1s, but I'm gonna have to take that. I can't be here re-rolling forever. This is really where you feel the effect of having no starting stats in the deck. Do a little something like that. Cleat Hammer again. Okay, at least we can win some races. Alright. Now let's see what we've got in store for Classic. Stamina, 20 skill points. I really, don't need the stamina. I don't know if you can find a way to give me something that isn't stamina. None of those look good, by the way. This might be a rest this turn. Second grilled carrot's nice, though. Let's start from the bottom. Speed scroll, grilled carrot, power manual, speed manual. You're still looking at power ankle weight, speed ankle weight, probably. Maybe not power ankle weight. You do only have 1 power card in the deck, and she has no specialty priority. But given that we could, if we wanted to, double grilled carrot set into some really powerful trainings next turn, like we could double carrot set into a Kitasan Rainbow. We could double carrot set into a Marvelous Sunday Rainbow. I think I'm going to rest this turn and try and target a motivating megaphone double grilled carrot kind of situation across the next 3 turns. Let's see if we can manifest something here. Like that. Pretty much exactly like that. So we go grilled carrot, motivating megaphone. And now I get a rainbow wit training out of that. That's also going to conserve energy across early February and into late February. This also puts Kitasan at gold. It also puts Bamboo Memory at gold. So we have a good shot at getting more value out of that megaphone. We also technically could skip a training this turn, or a race this turn if it was a really good training, but it's not. Friendship looks so much better this run, which is nice. I also wish this were the left-handed mile, but I'd rather take the versus race. Okay. This means I can go by the speed weight. Just you. And then show me a great training this turn? No. 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 No, no. You have a whistle? No. Son of a... I think I probably still take a Shinko Windy hint here, because A, it levels up speed. B, it could be hesitant frontrunners, and C, I want my speed cards online for summer break. I think that's more important than, like, this power training. Oh, it's not a good training, though. Not a good training at all for the megaphone. Get some energy back here. That's also not good. That's really good. Is it better than a versus race is not a mile? Honestly, probably not. I think this is probably a better training than a versus medium at this point, because it fixes 2 friendships before summer break. It also means we can't get race fatigue after the Oka show. So let's do that. Really just take time to fix some of our friendships when we have the opportunity to. You're not great. You're also not great. Let's go ahead and do a mile versus. Decent time to win a gamble. We're maybe targeting a training late April. Mile S. Turf S. Umamusume? Nothing. Nothing at all except standard distance. Alright. Well. We have one more shot. Reset whistle, speed scroll, good luck charm, maybe a guts ankle weight, because I don't think I have one right now, but we don't need it this turn, because this turn is a race. Let's go ahead and hop into the Oka show. We have no cleat hammers, and we don't have the stamina to be looking at the Satsuki show plus Kikuka show. So let's just take the easy road and run the Tiara, because we also get +1 mile hint out of it. Or at least we will when we win the Oka show. There we go. Another good time to win an energy gamble. This could be a good wit training this turn. I see a rainbow. Give me good luck charm, power ankle weight, or guts ankle weight rather. You know, Bamboo Memory does get friendship bonus when we're at low energy, and we're at very low energy. We have a motivating megaphone for it, although we'd use it for just this turn, but I don't know where else we're going to use that motivating megaphone. And we have a guts ankle weight. Would I be willing to join on a room match after the run? Test time looking. I was planning on ending stream with like 2 or 3 room matches. Yeah, after we finish this run up, we'll do a few. Just to see how we're looking. I think I'm okay with this thing. I think 4 streams where there's a CM coming up, ending with room matches is kind of fun. So that pushes us along towards 600. Fairly efficiently. Decent wit training, but there's the NHK Mile Cup today. We are going to be gambling on race fatigue 2 turns in a row here, but we're close enough to summer break that I think we can just say if we get it, we'll fix it in summer break with a rest. That's going to be our last clock, which I don't like, if you were wondering if I liked it or not. So we have no safety net left now. But we win. Up drafters isn't bad. It's not good, but it's kind of like a safety valve if other stuff is going wrong in the race. You can gamble your way into a decent solution to your problem. Okay, that's good. As long as we can win the Shukusho, we're okay. Far and away the most important epithet to get. Vita 20. Medium corners. No skin condition. Dedicating 5 runs a day to grandparent runs, eating Jack. I know that life. I haven't been doing that, so I think my outlook on life has been more positive as a result, but I've been in those trenches before. We're at 0 energy, and we have very little energy management. Just close the season out. Just run the Yasuda, and then run the Takarazuka, and we'll fix whatever problems you have in summer break. I'm not going to spend half of my energy management budget on, like, a okay wit training. That's still fine. That's getting to be not fine. But we could still see, like, a berry sweet cupcake in the shop. That is a chance at a good hint. Plus it puts CB to gold. But we're only at the first step of CB's event chain, so like her event could also put her to gold. And I'd have to burn a fail take on a stamina training. I don't think that training is worth it. I think we gamble, man. Just like don't hit race fatigue. If you're ever tired, just don't be. Okay, that's really bad. I hadn't considered that we could lose a race. Well, this could now be like really disastrous. I'm not brave enough to gamble on top option to fix win. Okay, so it's going like about as bad as it could go. That's really not good. So, show me the training. The training is also bad. What a beautiful turn to rest and recreate and fix some of my problems. What a beautiful turn to continue fixing some of my problems. I don't think there's really any point in using an empowering megaphone on this. We'll just save it for the last 2 turns. Okay. I'm starting to become interested. I think I'm fine gambling on 6% for this. Yep, okay. And now I can fail tag the last one. I wish I had a grilled carrot set. That'd be a really good wit training. String a Vita 20 into it. Umamusume isn't a real skill and people are lying about it existing. I haven't seen it yet today, so you might be right. Oh wait, I saw it once today. I saw Umamusume today, so it is real, unfortunately. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Give me a mile versus. Good time to get a mood up. Okay. Great time to get a mood up. Okay, all of my problems have gone away. Unyielding Spirit is nice. I'm back to liking this run now, even though our stat line looks disastrous. Give me you. Not great, not great. I would be willing to think about like a double rainbow at this point. I don't think I'm willing to think about a single rainbow versus like a versus race. I don't think that's real. And then we have the tiniest sliver of energy to do nothing with, because racing early October is very difficult. But we're looking at speed ankle weight. We're looking at artisan cleat hammer Vita 20. No longer need grilled carrots. Guts manual, stand manual, miracle cure. And then I think I could probably afford a wit training application at this point. We're about to run at least 4 G1s, maybe 5 races. We have an okay wit training to take this turn. I love that. Now, I do have to win the Shuka show. I wish that you had showed up last turn. If I lose the Shuka show, I'm going to be very mad. But we're still technically live for Triple Tiara. So I think we need to do this, even as good as that wit training looked. It doesn't come close to the Tiara in terms of stats. Thank God. Okay. Alright. Not technically dead. Not great, but not technically dead. I also am heavily incentivized to run the QE2 Cup twice. So we should do that as well. Cleat hammer it. Okay. Okay. Starting to pull it back. Starting to make some headway. Don't see any rainbows here, so I think it's going to be hard for our training to be good this turn. We have no cleat hammers left, so let's still do the mile championship as is. That's not great, but it's not like a major epithet. Hello again, Etsuko. Lovely to see you. This is the energy back, so you can maybe think about like a wit training here. None of these look good. Would you be willing to whistle this turn, though? So there's 2 ways this turn could go. You could either Miracle Cure. Well, you could race, and then if you get race fatigue, you could Miracle Cure. Is the mile the versus race? No. I will whistle 1 time. And we're looking for a good wit training. It's not a good wit training, but it's an okay speed training. You would fail tag this if you took it. And you do have 2 of them. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. This is not as good as a G3, but I just don't want to deal with after repeated races right now. Mood 1, speed 3 versus energy 10, skill points 5. So we're choosing between 3 speed and 5 skill points here, because mood and energy don't matter. I guess I'd take 5 skill points. And then we go Arima. Okay. Okay. There's not a lot to like here. But it's not horrible. Let's see what our shop reset is looking like. Vita 20, stand manual, artisan cleat hammer. Plain cupcake. I don't think we need a wit training application at this point because we're already at 4 and we're probably pretty close to 5 at this point. Not a good guts training. We'll just take a versus race instead, especially because there's a mile versus today. Give me this thing. Okay. Right-handed, not exactly what we're looking for. fine. I can deal with it. This is potentially energy. But also I want to unlock intense gates. I do want to race next turn. Which means that energy would save me an energy drink. I think I can get intense gaze from a versus race. And I don't really care about how much we're getting back. That's also like a interesting guts training. But I think I'm supposed to race this turn. I think I'm also supposed to buy that hand cream. Just in case. It's not that expensive. So I think we race here. And then we rest/wit early February. And then we do another 3-race stretch ending with the Osaka High, and then we're 2-2. Huge time to win a gamble, except I don't think it matters. That's fine. Artisan Cleat Hammer, Empowering Megaphone. Good time to take a wit training. Plain Cupcake, invite a 20 me? Yeah, I don't want to deal with 65. We'll go back up to Good Mood, and we'll just buffer our energy a little bit against failing this. Now we should have more than enough energy to do 3 in a row. It's a 40 stat point speed training. Interesting. Versus a versus mile. Ugh. So the versus mile is going to be worth more stats. The question is, how much do I need speed specifically? And given that we're at 529 and we haven't hit summer break and senior year yet, we probably need the speed more. Can I Vita 20 into training it just barely? Yeah. I think I have to skip that versus mile just because of how important speed is for us right now specifically. The Kokura Daishoten would be more stats, but I can't guarantee that it's speed specifically. So I'm going to take the speed stats that are in front of me. And then we'll go back to doing versus races. That fixes mood. That also would have fixed mood. None of those trainings are good, so this is a perfect day to do the Osaka High. You have Cleat Hammers? You do. Grab those. That's a good point, Cactus. Galaxy, if you're doing grandparent runs, you should just be running, like, the King Halo power card. Or borrowing it. Or, what's the other one that gives it? SR Seeking the Pearl? You could be running that, too, just to make sure that you're getting it every run to try and turn it into a spark. Energy. Also, hello. Mile S. Turf S, Mile S. Mile S. Okay. So there's something to think about here. So a lot of stuff that I don't need. But any run with Mile S is worth thinking about. None of the rest of the stuff in that shop is necessary. We have a lot of ground we need to make up on training. I don't hate the idea of just taking wit here to keep building speed while preserving energy. I don't want to sink energy into power. I don't want to sink energy into speed. So let's just do that. This also helps push the wit training to 5. Single rainbow, single rainbow. That's not going to be as good as a versus race for miles. I should also check and make sure after this that I don't need to call any of our versus race skill-ins. I don't think I do. Because I haven't seen Akikawa give us anything and be like, whoa, that's so good, I'm so excited to buy that. So I think our skill-ins have been fairly bad. We also haven't seen Umastan, which is like kind of a problem. Guts 10, Wit 10. I need speed and power right now. Don't even think about the rest. Can I prune any of this? Standard distance max is already off the table. Corner add up to 1. Outer spell is late. I don't need that. We've really got not gotten many skill hints. So I guess Glittering Star can't get cheaper at this point, so might as well pick that up. Single Rainbow. To figure out how to get these on time if they start at 8 a.m. your time. I would just sleep in if it was me. Because if I push it too much later, like UK/Europe audience can't show up. But that's what VODs are for. You're never missing anything super important in the streams. I'm never going to have a stream and be like, this is a brand new deck that we just came up with that you've never seen on YouTube before. It's always going to be mostly similar to other stuff that we've already been working on. But if you like the engagement, I get it. I didn't even realize the Bamboo Memory hadn't started her event chain. That's very late. But there's still a chance that we can get it. That's also a really nice wit training to take on this turn specifically. It's so good that I want to fight a 40 into it so that I don't fail it. Get a second power ankle weight, given how much money you have right now. Yeah, the social engagement I can't help you with, but at least you're here in time for some of it. This also could be like tail health high or ramp up, which would be nice. Hazard in front is nice. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. I'll also go and buy it because I don't really care if it gets cheaper or not. 3 is enough for me. Single Rainbow versus Yasuda. I'd rather take the Yasuda Keenan. I'll Cleat Hammer that. Okay. We need a huge summer break here, though. If we want these stats to be anywhere close to reasonable, we need some big trainings to come through. Give me all of that. I want all of it. And then we also need to go and try and actually win the Takarazuka Keenan. Since we failed to do it junior year, or to classic year. So let's go get that taken care of as well. Or not. Okay, that's fine. We just won't win the Takarazuka Keenan. Too hard. I thought don't need stamina anymore. You're at 482. Yeah, we don't need to buy stam manuals anymore. Let's make sure we're skipping those, just so we're spending currency wisely. I get a second Guts ankle weight though. I don't think I need a second miracle here. I think I just go like this. And we're in decent shape. More or less exactly the speed training I'm looking for. I think we do 1 Vita 20, and then we do 3 fail tags though. As our best way to stretch our energy resources. Show me like 3 more of those. Not technically, but... Well, no, I don't think we train... Well... Because this is a worse training numerically. But I do have a lot of Guts weights. But I also have a lot of power weights. I think I'm supposed to take this. The Guts is going to get to 600 no matter what. So I don't actively need to train it. And Bamboo Memory is not that great for hints in the first place. We already have updrafters in Miles Straight, so just be making it cheaper. And I don't really care if it's cheaper or not. And then obviously we take that, Empowering Megaphone, Speed Ankle Weight again. And Fail Tag, holy cow. And then we have reset whistles for the last turn if we don't see another speed training, and we don't. Try and reset whistle me into something. Into a power training? That's pretty good. Into a wit training? That's pretty good. I think the wit training is probably your better option here. Because you don't need this stamina. You're just looking for this amount of power. But the wit training is just going to be better for your energy management so that you can do these races. You good? Yes. Okay. I just didn't know if you needed anything. That may be... Oh god, but it's conflicting with a mile versus... Also, you can't take that. You just spent your last fail tag. Yeah, okay. You don't have to worry about taking that training because you don't have any way to get the energy for it. Okay. And I think I have an energy drink. So late September, we can also just energy drink into that. Masterful Gambit's bad. Just give me the stats. We're at 0 energy, so I can actually just take a free 30 skill points here. I don't think 10 speed is going to be make or break. And then you still have no energy management, so you are kind of forced into energy drinking this, and then hoping that you get something good in the shop reset to let you train early October. That's the best solution you have to navigate your way out of this problem right now. We see a kale juice out of the shop reset, like, we're home free. Not quite. Good items, but not quite. Cuts 20 versus 15 energy. That kinda does it. That could let us energy into like a wit training. Grab these. Grab that. Oh, a Vita 40. That'll do it. I do still need to see like 3 fail tags though. We don't have an energy management solution for the finals. That's a perfect time for wit to show up. If I wanted to be really greedy, I could actually take that wit training without the Vita 40. It gives us enough energy to do 2 races, and then I can save the Vita 40 for the finals. And it's not so good of a wit training that I'm devastated if it fails. Yeah, I think that's a fine plan. That's okay. That's alright. I would rather have the Vita 40 for a training in the final 3 turns than spend a Vita 40 on that training specifically. But now we need to race to find fail tags, because that is our finals plan for energy management. Or a kale juice. A kale juice would be fine too. But I think we're probably ending with 5 in a row because we need the shop resets. We'll see what the early December training looks like. It's a lot of stuff, but nothing that I really need. So Vita 20 speed scroll. We don't need the stam scroll. That's our 3rd empowering megaphone. I don't need a 3rd guts weight. We'll be a little discerning with how much we spend. We do need to win the QE2 Cup twice, and none of those trainings look great, and I can't take them anyway, so we'll hammer it. Okay. There's fail tag 1. Give me both of those. So we could take Japan Cup to do the Senior Autumn Triple Crown, or we could take Mile Championship to do the Mile Epithet. And given that the mile championship is actually like a mile versus race, I think I'd rather just try and win the mile championship again than take the Japan Cup, because we didn't win this classic year either. It costs us the Japan Cup epithet, but it does get us the mile epithet. Okay. More energy for the finals is nice. There's our mile epithet. That's fine. This is Daring Strike. We still never saw Pump / Full of Vigor, though. So that's not great. I also don't really see a training that I want to take this turn, given that we're at 0 energy. So I think we're just going to gamble on Race Fatigue again. We can at least take a versus mile. Seeing Etsuko here would be really nice, because I don't think I have a ton of mood fixing right now. Ah, never mind. End straight's not bad. Losing speed, power, guts, pretty bad. Like, not great, for sure. And then we do Arima. This stat line has not gotten to where it needs to go. Maybe I do need to run Top Road and just stop trying to use Bamboo Memory Guts. That's fairly fitting for the way that this run has gone. With Kita-san at only 1 uncapped, 2 speed cards is just too unstable for Tamamo to really do what she needs to do. I think we're going to have to adjust that. It's just not quite good enough. Not quite consistent enough. I'm sure eventually it could become good enough. But it's not consistent enough. Speed, Vita 20, pair of Artisan Cleat Hammers, pair of Power Manuals. So I'd love to see a Wit training this turn. It's about as far from a Wit training as you can get, but we can at least jump for it. It's a good thing we found a bunch of Vitas in the shop. And then I have 2 fail takes, so I can take the last 2 trainings no matter what. Cleat Hammer 1. Decent guts training. And we have a wait for it. It's 1% to fail. You might as well just gamble on it, because then you can fail tag the last one no matter what. So this makes sure we get to 600 guts. We're going to hit both of our stat thresholds. The speed is not just... it's just not where it needs to be. If we had around 200 more speed, I think this would look like a really solid stat line. But that's an enormous amount of speed to make up. And also power is critically low. So I think we need to give up on trying to fit Bamboo Memory into this deck specifically, and we're just going to have to use Top Road for more consistency. Which means we're going to be fairly down on mid-race velocity, but show me a better training than this. Show me basically the same training as this. Actually, that's kind of a neat guts training. But no, you should take the speed training, because you get a hint out of it. Guts training isn't going to do nearly as much for you, even though you have an ankle weight for it. And then you have no Cleat Hammers left, so just top into last race. We're gonna do a few lobbies after this, by the way. So if you wanted to hop into some CM prep lobbies and see how your runners are shaping up, now would be a good time to log in and get ready to type codes in, just FYI. We're going to go cover who our current 3 CM runners are, and then I'll spin some lobbies up, and we'll see how we're looking. And then we'll probably be done at like 5:45 or so. It's, 17 minutes from now. So this is not the ace, which means we're in parent territory. And if we're in parent territory, we should be thinking about what kind of skills we would like to turn into sparks. End straights. Unyielding spirit and mile straights. Spurt. Updrafters isn't horrible, I guess. Could potentially be a late surger parent as well. We also never finished Kiyosan's chain. Something like that. I'm not gonna fuss too much about what the sparks are like. I've learned something important about what Tamamo's decks can't be. But we have yet to find what the deck is supposed to be. I just don't think that I have the power sparks to do 3 speed 3 with, but it might be something that we try. We'll see. Well, I didn't even get Nimble Navigator off of Ryan. That run was doomed from the start. Holy cows. I just realized that we didn't even see Nimble Nav. Maybe we did and I just scrolled past it. I don't think I did. Alright, let's go hop over into exhibitions and see how we're looking. We'll set up my runners, figure these out, and then we are looking at these as our 3 CM candidates. So we've got this special leak, which we basically nailed immediately. Double circle mile corners, single mile straights, head-on, shrewd step, double hesitant front, hesitant pace. We had speed star and curvature and firm course menace, and we have 2 usable unique. So I think this special week is in great shape. We also have Mile S. I think she's really, really strong. We have this Nishino that we made today. Double mile corners, double mile straights, double pace corners, nimble nav, speed star, professor of curvature, spring runner, full of vigor, Umastan. I also have very high confidence in that Nishino. And then this is the best Tamamo that I think I've managed so far. Mile S, almost 1200 speed. But like, only okay mid-race velocity. Mile corners, end straights. We do get straightaway spurt. Thompson Iron and Budding Blossom is like potential excels. Intense Gaze hesitant front for debuffs, but I think that Tamamo can become better. Especially because she's sub 1000 power. So, let's go fire up a hosted lobby. We will custom. This is Turf Mile at Tokyo, left-handed. 1600. Field size is 9. That's all fine. Conditions are firm, spring, great. Go ahead. Enter my runners. Code is 56423496. I will put it in chat for you, and then I'm going to go sign up for like 2 more lobbies. No, not host. I'll come back and check on it in a few minutes. This looks like a Gemini lobby. We were too slow. That's not a Gemini lobby. Not a Gemini lobby. That is... No, that's an 18-man lobby. That's not going to be it. That's not a Gemini lobby. None of you are Gemini lobbies. Gemini lobby. Did I make it public? I did not make it public. I'm going to come back and check on it in a little bit, because if it hasn't fired in like 2 minutes, then I'll set it to public. That is a CM lobby. And then let's find one more. And then we'll go check on how our lobby is doing. Let's see. Well, that's one. Jump in here. All right. Let's go see how our lobby is looking. KT is in. Let's go ahead and make it public then. And then we'll wait for it to fill and then we'll start it. Because I'll change the details and say like Gemini rated. Since it doesn't actually say what race it is. There we go. Alright, let's see how we do here. And then we'll go through the other 4, and then that'll probably be streamed for today. This is at least double front. Maybe more. 1 front, 2 front, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 pace. So our pace chasers will not be any worse than 6th, which is nice. And we could be as high as 3rd. So we should be in great shape to hit Budding Blossom. And then if Tamamo's mid-race is good, she should be able to try and punch up to 6th, where she could hit Pump some Iron. I like how all of this is working so far. We're entering corner now, which is where all of the mid-race starts hitting. Well, we're almost there. Now we're into... Okay. Mamo's hitting good mid-race. I would really like for her to try and be a little higher up than that. And then this is where we start to look for speed carryover. That's going to be a little early for Special Week. That may be close enough for Nishino. The problem is she's in 6th. That's really far back. This actually looks pretty good for Special Week right now. This is extra acceleration off the pass. This actually could be pretty good for Special Week. I think she set herself up fairly well. And then here's Nishino as well. That's probably a little late, but she's going to get some acceleration out of this. We'll see. Oh, they're moving so fast. Actually, wait, that's not mine. That's that wedding... That's that wedding, fine motion. I like what I'm seeing out of Special Week, but it's a better Ogre. That's, I'm assuming, end Ogre. We'll go take a look at it. Thalio has done it with End Closer Ogre, with Louder, Trace, and Cheer, double Spring Runner, double end corners, double mile straights, nimble nav, spurt, tail held high. Yeah, that's a scary Ogre. That's a really scary Ogre. But I like how this looks currently. I think that Special Week has been performing really well. Let's go see how we did. Well, you know what? I'll open another one with the same settings, and I'll just post the code again. Ooh, let's not make it public. There we go. Alright, you guys hop in here. I'm going to go do, like, 2 of the other races that we signed up for. And then we'll come back and fire that lobby, too. This is a UG Taishin and an SS plus Bourbon. And a UG2 Wedding Fine Motion. I'm maybe a little outclassed in this lobby, but let's see if we can learn something. 1 front, 5 pace, 3 end. 3 end has felt really common so far. Everyone's either pace, end, or front, end, or some combination of that. I haven't seen any, like, double end closer lobbies so far. Lots of Umastand fires. And Satono Diamond back there. Looking for some opportunities to pass here to trigger some stuff. That's early curvature, so that's not going to be velocity carryover. We still have a chance for Speed Star to do it. Also, this Bourbon is going to get devoured by these Pace Chasers. That might be good enough for a Speed Star. That also might be good enough for mile corners. Special Week is going to hit Nishino's unique here. The question is whether she can pass anybody, because everybody ahead of her is going to get it too. Yeah, she's not going to be able to actually pull the pass off to get her unique as well. The other Pace Chasers are just marginally better there. She's going to get her pass here, so get ready for the unique animation 2 seconds before the race ends. I would expect that out of that lobby. That's a fairly strong lobby. So what did you do? UG Taishin, Shadow, Pump Some Iron, Trace and Cheer, Double Firm. There's very little mid-race here, though, which is what we were talking about earlier with what you need to make Trace and Cheer work. Like, you have Daring Strike, but you don't have mile corners. You don't have end closer straights. You're actually intentionally trying to stay towards the back and then line up like Full of Vigor, Radiant Star, Daring Strike to hit your carryover after you have passed the point where Louder, Trace, and Cheer isn't checking for your positioning anymore. It's not to say that like that's a worse strategy. It's just not the strategy that I've been building for my Tamamos. But we could maybe try it in a video. How's lobby looking here? 9? Alright, let's fire it. I won't keep you guys waiting too long. UG1 Curran, UG1 Taishin. No frontrunner, so somebody's going to be elected to be Lucky Pace here. I don't think that's going to happen that often in real lobbies, but if it was, I'd really like to stick Victoria Plancha on some of my Pace aces. Nishino is going to be Lucky Pace. That disqualifies her from hitting her unique, which is not great. So this is now the special week ship. Because I just don't think our Tamamo is competitive for an end closer right now. Special week needs to move up a little bit here. It's chaining a little bit of velocity together to do it. Double mile corners. That Taishin is going to demolish this lobby, though. She's already ahead of the Pace Chasers. She's so fast. So many people hit velocity carry over there, too. This is not going to be our race, but it's going to be interesting to see who does win. Nishino's actually kind of hanging in there, considering that her positioning was awful. Yeah, we did not have the late race positioning that we really wanted to look for there. She is taking up one of the back slots and killing somebody else's cheer. That's true. Although the SS Taishin has come out on top of the UG1. So this is Trace and Cheer Taishin. With a concerning amount of mid-race velocity. But I guess if you can hang back there long enough, or if this is just like your fail-safe plan, I suppose. This one is also Trace and Cheer, but much lighter on the mid-race velocity. No end closer corners, no double circle mile straights, and then banking on pumped. Let's go close out the last few lobbies that I signed up for, and then that will be that'll be stream. I think we at least got a decent Nishino flower out of it. Oh, is it also double S and turf and mile? Okay, I didn't even clock that. That's also very good. This is incredibly end heavy. It's a full end closer lobby. With my two pace chasers, this is devastating for where my pace chasers need to be. But it's also going to screw up anybody who's trying to run Trace and Cheer in this lobby. I wish that it were Nishino first and Special Week second, because then Special Week could pass Nishino. This one's gonna be all screwed up. But... Also, all of these end closers in this group that are jockeying for position right now are all potentially screwing up each other's Trace and Cheers. So, like, this Rudolph might be the early candidate to actually win this race, because I don't think she's ever been in 6th or better. We'll see. That's velocity carryover for both of my pace chasers. That's a huge Radiant Star for Nishino as well. She's not totally out of this, you know. She's really not totally out of this, you know. I think she's going to get eaten by that Rudolph, which we called from the start of this. But that looked really interesting for a while for Nishino. Yeah. And that Rudolph was the one who survived because she never pushed up into 6th or higher. Did you have Trace and Cheer? You did have Trace and Cheer. Yeah. That's really neat. This Taishin did fine, but that's just off the back of having access to Encroaching Shadow, and then everybody else was kind of... I think a lot of these were maybe beatable if we had had a bit better configuration for our pace chaser. That's a funky lobby. Also, there's way fewer frontrunners than I think I was expecting. We've now had two lobbies that have been frontless. This one has at least one. One Maruzensky, one Saiyan Sky, but they're both A+. I'm pretty sure I can beat those. I don't think we're ever going to lose to a frontrunner. I think we're going to lose to end closers, if anything. This is looking fairly good for Nishino. We'd like her to just hang right there. We'd like both of our pace chasers to hang right there. Maybe just move up a little bit to get that Ogre out of the way. This is going to be a pace down. Kill that Ogre. Maybe it's not a pace down. Holy cow, that Ogre chain velocity through pace down. That's not great. I think we're going to have to eat this Maruzensky now to get back into 3rd and 4th. Which I think maybe we can do. Lobbies with weak fronts are always really interesting to watch. Nishino looks fine here, actually. She's going to be able to nail acceleration, but there's a lot of end closers that are crawling all over the back of her. Yeah, like I think Taishin and King Halo are just going to run away with that. End closers look so strong. We need to find a way to build a better Tamamo. I really like what our pace chasers are doing, but a good end closer is really scary in these lobbies right now. Oh, I was gonna. Oh, I still can. Yeah. Show me this Taishin. Show me the Taishin. Louder Trace and Cheer. Everybody's on Louder Trace and Cheer, even with mid-race velocity. Maybe that's a sign that that's where we should be as well. Interesting. Interesting. So this has no mid-race. There's functionally no mid-race velocity here except for Professor of Curvature. And everything else is, I'm going to gamble. This is mid-race velocity everywhere. Like, this is more or less perfect mid-race. Uma stand into double mile straight, double end corner, double end straight. The only thing that's missing is mile corner. They even got full of vigor. They have Professor of Curvature, but they're still running Trace and Cheer. So I guess the way to think about it is Trace and Cheer is like your fallback option if your mid-race is bad, but if your mid-race is good, you can just take over the race anyway. Maybe that is the way that we should be thinking about it. I thought that it would be more gambly than that, but it actually looks like it's very, very consistent overall. We're going to have some interesting Tamamo builds to put together for video on Monday. Let's go get our dailies out of the way, though. Use it as a failsafe for heavy front lobbies. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards after just seeing how some of these lobbies are working out. If you're in a heavy front lobby, it's a skill that allows... If you're in a heavy front, heavy pace lobby, it's a skill that allows you to fight back if you're not able to secure your mid-race positioning because you hit, you know, not as much stuff as you need. But then you also still have access to, like, straightaway spurt is just generic excel if you push your way too far up. I think that's probably the approach to take. I think that Special Week and Nishino are fine, though. I think they're doing more or less what I expect them to, and I'm okay with my Pace Chaser aces looking only somewhat competitive in lobbies, because lobbies are higher skill, not higher skill, lobbies are higher difficulty than the actual rounds themselves will be. So if I'm seeing our Nishino come in like third against SS and SS plus end closers, I think she's actually set up fairly well to be able to win rounds in the CM itself. Because the average player in a CM is not going to be running like an SS plus Taishin. We'll just accept that we take our losses there. But that is quite a bit to think about. So that is where we're going to wrap up stream, but I'm going to do a little brainstorming on what we might want this Tamamo Cross to look like for the last couple runs we're going to do before Gemini starts up. I think we have Special Week in a really good place. I think we have Nishino Flower in a really good place, but we need this last end closer to come together to give us the ability to outfight everybody else's end closers. If you're looking forward to that, do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We're doing daily Uma playthroughs. And you can also, I don't know, find a way to like the stream possibly. I'm not sure if there's engagement metrics or anything like that, but if you can find them, you're more than welcome to use them. If you're looking for your own Fine Motion borrow, or you need to rebuild some long Team Trials runners, there is the account information here for you. It is always appreciated if you use these borrows, but it is never expected. You don't owe it to me or anything like that. You should take whatever the best option you have available is. And besides that, I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.